Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briarcliff University in Sioux City, Iowa. It's Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball with the Chargers and the Bulldogs of Concordia. I'm Justin Barker, glad to be with you today. We've got a men's-women's basketball doubleheader for you today with the Concordia Bulldogs and your Briarcliff Chargers, and it's Hall of Fame weekend as we induct three players into the Briarcliff Hall of Fame, or three athletic participants, we should say. Teresa Kane, a golfer, will run down her bio for you. And then Angie Christensen and Jake Shipley will go in as well. Jake from men's basketball, Angie Christensen, softball player, and of course, basketball superstar who also coached here for the Chargers. She's now out at United Sports Academy here in town. We'll talk to Angie. We'll talk to Teresa. And we'll get you ready with the starting lineups here for today's game coming up as well. But Concordia in town today to take on the Chargers here at the Newman Flanagan Center. The Concordia Bulldogs, the defending national champions. They come in 16-2 overall, 11-1 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, ranked number 3 in the country. Their 2 losses on the season to now number 1 Southwestern and now number 2 Hastings. Hastings, the only team they look up to in the Great Plains Athletic Conference standings. The Broncos are 11-0 and 19-0 overall. Concordia at 11-1, Morningside at 10-2, Dordt at 9-3. All 4 of those teams in the latest installment of the NAIA Top 25 that was just put out earlier this week. So Concordia expects to be right back here in Sioux City for a long run come mid-March and defend their national championship, and they are loaded once again with head coach Drew Olson. The Bulldog ladies averaging 95.4 points a game. They give up 61.3 points per game, and it's a team that's built on speed, on handling the basketball, on limiting their turnovers, but creating a ton. And when I say creating a ton of turnovers, that's what they do. They will press from the start of the game until Coach Olson tells them not to, frankly. They have turned the ball over 298 times on the season. They have turned their opponent over 594 times, almost a 2-to-1 ratio of turnovers from what they commit to what they get the other team to commit. And when they do that, a lot of transition points and a ton of points off of turnover. And frankly, that's been just an absolute gold mine for Concordia under Drew Olson. Grace Berry is the point guard for this team, who is incredibly good. She averages 13 points a game. A senior now in the lineup, Philly Lammers, the leading scorer, at 13.2 a game. But what you'll see out of Coach Olson is if somebody showed up with a jersey on, the chances are they're going to play, they're going to be expected to contribute, and they're going to be expected to do that at a very high level. For Coach Power and the Chargers, they are 5-14 on the season, 2-9 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The last couple for the Chargers, they've won 2 of their last 5, having beat Valley City back on the 29th of December, then lost a couple to Hastings and Midland, won on the road at Doane, and recently lost on Wednesday in overtime. The Jamestown Jimmies, they pushed them to the limit and then some. Jamestown receiving votes in the latest top 25 poll, so a very good team, and to go into their home floor and push them to OT. An excellent effort by the Chargers, because Jamestown's sitting at 11-7 overall, but Chargers 5-14, 2-9 in the GPAC, led by freshman Connor Sudman at 17.5 a game. Madeline Deitzler has just been playing consistently well all season long, and she'll need to come up big again today at 13.6 per game. And it's Alyssa Carley, the senior, at 11.2 points per game. So Chargers scoring 66.5, giving up 78.6. But obviously, you know, when you play Concordia, it's one of the bigger tests of the season. It was 113-59 down in Seward, Nebraska, when these two teams got together back on the 16th of December. Looking ahead a little bit to the men's game, a great contest there as well. Concordia 13-5, 6-4 in the GPAC. The Chargers have struggled through their first 20 games at 11-9 and 2-8 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, but a slew of injuries and some scrapes and bangs and bruises have kind of limited what Coach Figuera ultimately had as his outlook on the season. But with about 11 games left, 10-11 games left of the GPAC schedule, an opportunity for the Chargers. They go on a winning streak here, and they're right back in national tournament contention. Taking a look at what's happening In the Great Plains Athletic Conference today, Doane is at Jamestown. It'll be College of St. Mary in Orange City to take on Northwestern. So that'll give the Red Raider men a day off today. Mount Marty at number 2 Hastings, and 12th ranked Dakota Wesleyan is at Midland. Top 10 game today in the GPAC has 7th ranked Morningside on the road at number 9 Dordt up in Sioux Center. Then on the men, the opposite side of those doubleheaders, obviously, with Doane at Jamestown, 17th ranked Mount Marty out at Hastings, 10th ranked Dakota Wesleyan at Midland, and number 1 Morningside will be at Dordt. So the Mustangs on upset alert today because Dordt 15-6, 6-5 in the conference, and Sioux Center, not an easy place to play, not an easy place to go and deal with that very raucous crowd that gets behind their defender men and women very, very well. So it is Hall of Fame Day here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Briarcliff and Concordia will have our men's, women's doubleheader. Now, we do also have a special video stream that will be for the Hall of Fame ceremonies themselves, and getting some help from local media partner KSCJ Radio. KSCJ has got a live stream that'll be up and running and ready to go before halftime, so that you can get Kevin Potabom's public address of the Hall of Fame inductions. And you can get that. We've got a special camera set down on the court to give you a better look at Angie Christensen, Teresa Kane, and Jake Shipley. So keep right here on our YouTube channel, but then built in on a couple of places on the Charger website at bcuchargers.com. Go to the Hall of Fame weekend schedule. It's the article that's written Hall of Fame weekend schedule update. And if you click on that tab, or that story, you'll see a yellow hyperlink about 3/4 of the way down, and you click on that and it will open KSCJ's live stream player, and that will be active and live as soon as we go live on that camera down courtside for the Hall of Fame inductions coming up at the halftime of the men's basketball game. So we'll talk to Jake Shipley, we'll talk to Angie Christensen, hope to talk to Teresa Kane as well as this afternoon unfolds and progresses with a full afternoon of Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball coming your way here on the Chargers Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. First of all, time to take a look at our starting lineups for these respective clubs. First for head coach Drew Olson and the visiting Concordia Bulldogs. Riley Sybil wears number 4, 5'8" senior out of O'Neill, Nebraska. Taylor Farrell wears number 15, a 5'7" freshman out of Millard West High School in Omaha. Colby Duval wears number 31 from Max, Nebraska. She's a 5'9" senior. Elsie Osleson a 6'1" sophomore from Elk Point Jefferson High School, right up here near Briarcliff, Elk Point, South Dakota native. And Grace Berry, the very talented senior point guard, wears number 55, which I love, a point guard wearing number 55, but Grace does it. She's awesome, a 5'7" senior, transferred in from Nebraska Kearney out of Lincoln, Nebraska, into the Concordia program. Drew Olson in his 14th season as head coach of the Concordia Bulldogs. For the man in black, Coach Mike Power and his Chargers. Yes, the Ironman streak continues. All black again today for Coach Mike Power. Alyssa Carley wears number 1. Carley, a 5'11" senior from Trainer, Iowa. Jaden Businger wears number 3. She's a 5'7" sophomore from Bassett, Nebraska. Connor Sudman wears number 5. Connor, a 5'11" freshman out of Trainer, Iowa. Peyton Slaughter wears number 11, as she has all season long. It will continue. Slaughter, a 5'6" freshman out of Cherokee. And rounding out Coach Mike Power's starting lineup, Madeline Deitzler, a 5'11" sophomore from Trainer, Iowa. Concordia will go with navy blue top to bottom today. Concordia written across the front in white lettering, and white numerals and trim for the Bulldogs today. For Briarcliff, white from top to bottom for Coach Mike Power and his club. Getting ready to announce the starting lineups here inside the Newman Flanagan Center as we close in on tip-off. But we will take a timeout first because National Anthem time on the way here at the Newman Flanagan Center. So we'll be right back on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Doubleheader hoops today, the Chargers and the Bulldogs of Concordia. And it's coming up next on the Charger Sports Network.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briarcliff University in Sioux City, Iowa. It's Charger basketball on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. And a special thank you to our Charger Sports Network sponsors, including Heartland Chiropractic, Townhouse, Pizza and Lounge, Sport Clips, Bob Rose Point After, Bob Rose North End Zone and West Side Pizza. If you're sticking at home today with the cold, the yucky weather, the slippery roads, well, call up one of our sponsors, grab a pizza, grab some wings, grab some food, and enjoy the day. It's Concordia and the Chargers. As the Concordia starting lineup has been announced here inside the Newman Flanagan Center. Briarcliff getting their starting lineups announced right now. Again, the Chargers in white, Briarcliff written across the front in royal blue, trimmed out in yellow numerals, trimmed out in royal blue. Hall of Fame weekend, Teresa Kane from golf, one of the most decorated, the most decorated golfer in Briarcliff women's history going into the Hall of Fame today. Angie Christensen, two-time softball All-American and an absolute stud on the basketball floor as well. NAIA scholar athlete, also spent a couple of years as the assistant coach under Mike Bauer here for the Charger ladies, and Jake Shipley, one of the long line of sharpshooters here at Briarcliff. Three-time All-GPAC first-team selection, 2012 GPAC Player of the Year, first-team All-American. He was a two-time All-American for the Chargers. Nearly 1,500 points throughout his career. Led the Chargers to a couple NAIA national tournament appearances. So we'll talk to Jake. I believe in between games we'll get Angie Christensen up here as well. But the Chargers will go from right to left here in the first half. Deitzler in the center circle. Osleson as well. Opening tip won by Concordia. Three-pointer quickly shot by Mackenzie Kepke, and it's good. From the far corner, that's what they do. They attack quick, early, and often, and there's the full court press. And there's the first turnover of the game, collected by the Concordia Bulldogs as it's thrown away from Deitzler, looking to Carly across the half-court stripe on the far side. Again, I'm Justin Barker, glad to be with you this afternoon. 3-0 Concordia, 15 seconds in, fed down low. Duvel will take a dribble, step to the right side of the basket, and score 5-0 Concordia. Chargers try to break the pressure again. It's knocked out of the air by Mackenzie Kepke and out of bounds. Again, the Bulldogs, the defending national champions, went on one heck of a run last March here at the NAIA National Tournament. Coach Olson collected his first ever big shiny ring, and he's out for more this season with a team built for it. Businger will dribble towards the top of the key. She'll find Carly. Alyssa Carley will hold and now throw near side for the freshman, Peyton Slaughter. Slaughter's pass knocked out of the air, stolen by Grace Berry. Berry steps to the free throw line, throws near side. Sybil for three, good. Riley Sybil, and just like that, 8-0 Concordia, and a timeout by Coach Mike Power. Like I said, well, about 2 minutes ago, they attack early and often and continue with that unbelievable pursuit defensively, and already showing that out to an 8-0 lead. But the other thing that Concordia does very well is they're very unselfish as a team and collect the assists. An example here early, all three baskets have come off an assist for the Concordia Bulldogs, so they start 3 of 3 shooting. They just recently fell out of that number 1 spot after losing to Hastings in GPAC play. Southwestern of Florida, the Fire, are ranked number 1. They made a long run at the NAIA National Tournament last year as well. Hastings Broncos, maybe a surprise as to the fact that they're 19-0 and 11-0 in the conference, but not a surprise that they're a top 15 team once again. Full court pressure by Hastings, thrown deep, intercepted by Kepke for Concordia, knocked away from behind by Carley. Peyton Slaughter will work into the offensive zone, leaving it off of the corner. Businger, high arcing three off the mark, no good. Rebound punched way out beyond the arc to Connor Sudman. Sudman takes a dribble, right corner, steps into the low block, wanting to leave it off for Deitzler, but that's picked off and stolen by Berry as she'll control the dribble across the half-court stripe. Top of the key to Riley Sybil. She'll bring it back towards the top with a couple of left-handed dribbles, and back to Berry, who will call out the play. Berry lobs it inside and through the hands of Osleason and out of bounds. So the Chargers get it with 8:41 to play here in the first quarter, trailing 8-0. Deitzler has Sudman. Sudman will take a little help here as she looks for it, but will dribble as close to the half-court stripe as possible. Back to Deitzler. Slaughter's got to get it across the half-court stripe and barely does. Nope, they're going to call the 10-second half-court violation, so Concordia will take over. Berry runs the point this time. As she will while she's in the game throughout the game. Sybil on the right wing. She'll look inside but go back up top for Berry. Berry gets a screen but floats it into the corner for Kepke, where she already hit a three-point basket. Back to Berry with 10 on the shot clock and 8 minutes to play first quarter. Kepke for a long three off the mark. Sudman with a rebound for Briarcliff, and she'll turn it up. Almost lost the handle, gathers it back in with a double team now and has to get rid of it. Thrown out of bounds, but last touched by a Bulldog, says Mr. Referee. He's in charge, so that's what we follow. Deitzler will step out of bounds far side near the half-court stripe. Slaughter and Sudman look for a couple of screens. They try to throw it through heavy traffic to Sudman. It's stolen by Osleason. Sybil stops on the right wing and throws it across the court. Kepke open for three, and it's good. Mackenzie Kepke, her second three of the game. Kepke averages 8.3 points a game. Almost there on a couple of three-point baskets. Sudman gets a screen and tries to cut through a double team with the dribble where she's fouled. I believe it'll go... Well, I don't know. Go to, Kobe Duvel. Teams first. Line change for the Chargers. Shannon Sokolowski will inbound. Kagan held. Brianna Allen, Sarah Dreckman, and Taylor Lamprecht to make up the new five for BCU. Allen top of the key, free throw line for Sokolowski. Driving right, blocked out of the air by Osleason and pulled in by Kepke. Worked along to Berry. Berry top of the key, now free throw line. She'll leave it off for the trailer for three. No good, off the hands of Kepke and rebounded by Lamprecht in traffic. Held, had it poked out from behind. Riley Sybil runs it down. Sybil pushes across the half-court stripe and near sideline. Fired inside into traffic. Duvel will work over a double team and score. Colby Duvel with four. And it's 13-0 Concordia. Held, goes to work, does get it across the half-court stripe. Sokolowski in the paint, bumps off a potential defender. Ball loose, pulled in by Kepke. Kepke will turn and take off for Concordia. Sybil thought about a three. She'll drive instead, taken off of her hands by Sarah Dreckman, who tries to run it down. It bounces into the Briarcliff bench. to Hall of Famer Angie Christensen, the honorary coach of the game. And we'll change it up for Concordia with a complete line change as well. A line change in my mind because all I've been seeing on Fox Sports North for the past couple of weeks is it's hockey day in Minnesota. They're playing outside all day in Minneapolis. I was watching Blaine and Blake. I know Blaine, but not sure where Blake, Minnesota is, or Blake High School is in Minnesota, but either way, it doesn't really matter. They put up a nice rink outside of downtown Minneapolis, so we've got a stoppage in play. Referees confer, One-Eyed Jack's the place to go after the game. Yep, okay, great. Half-price appetizers with your Charger ticket, by the way. I'll reset the shot clock to 18 seconds. Okay, they're on it. 6:19 to go in the first quarter, 13-zip, Concordia. They agreed on the Cackle Burger. If you haven't had one of those yet at One-Eyed Jack's when you come in to watch the Chargers, do so. Pretty good stuff. Down to the baseline for Taylor Farrell. She'll bring it back out beyond the arc and throw it up top. Under 10 on the shot clock. Fed to Riley Pauley. Part of that line change. Long three. Mackenzie Hellman off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Farrell. Farrell looks to lob it inside and does, but has to be saved in by Pauley into the corner. Three-pointer. Claire Cornell. Cornell, a 5'9" sophomore out of Elm Creek, Nebraska. Quick steal, quick bucket, Mackenzie Hellman. Name you've heard for a while for Concordia, 5'7" senior out of Lincoln. Sudman tied up in the far corner. Possession arrow does favor Briarcliff. So the Chargers will keep it. Against more heavy full court pressure. Kagan held, throws ahead to Connor Sudman. Sudman collects the handle over to Lamprecht. Lamprecht has a lane, but it's stolen nicely by Hellman, poked loose. 3-on-3 for the Bulldogs, poked away from behind by Brianna Allen. Sudman will get a steal. Has Dreckman ahead of traffic. Dreckman left-hand lay-in, good. Sarah Dreckman with the basket for Briarcliff. 18-2 with 5:15 to play here in the first quarter. Cornell collects out of the air, but lost it as she was going out of bounds. It'll go to Briarcliff as Deitzler, Slaughter, Businger, and Carly check back into the BCU lineup. Coach Olson and Coach Power, a couple of the obviously veteran coaches here in the GPAC. Businger stops, pops, third stripe on the line. Outside of the paint and makes the basket. Businger with the bucket. Her first basket of the game. And it's 18-4. Carly almost had a steal, left open for three. Taylor Schutte off the mark, no good. Rebound cleared by Slaughter. Slaughter will be fouled as she tries to dribble up court by Taylor Farrell. That'll be her first, team's second. Actually, that would go to Colby Duvel. No, they won't. I had it right the first time. It'll go to Taylor Farrell. All right. Sudman, no look, bounce pass to Deitzler inside. Basket, go to the end. One chance coming for Madeline Deitzler. Good pass by Sudman to Deitzler, who's a 61% free throw shooter on the season. Delaney Fahey into the lineup for Concordia. A 5'10" sophomore out of Ord, Nebraska. Deitzler for the and one, it's good. So Madeline Deitzler has three, 18-7, 4.5 to play first quarter. A lot of folks just kind of getting settled into their seats. Hall of Fame inductions coming up halftime of the men's basketball game, which should be a very good one as well. Swung far side for Fahey. Fahey to the right elbow. Pauley dumps it off to Hellman, or make that Cornell who scores. Cornell's got 5, it's 20-7. Carly looking to start a drive. Fouled off of that by Cornell. So it'll be Cornell's first foul. Team's fourth foul. Slaughter will throw it in up top. Deitzler runs it down and makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Businger with a couple of left-handed dribbles, turns back right, passes to Carly. Carly brings it left wing side for Slaughter, left back off top of the key for Carly, and over to Sudman. Sudman splits a double team into the paint. Dumps a nice pass to Deitzler, had it blocked out of the air. Deitzler catches it, goes back up, shoots and scores, and she's got 5. 20-9. Bulldogs have the lead, but the Chargers stepping up their intensity as well, trying to match one of the top teams in NAI Women's Division II basketball. Hellman picks up her dribble, lobs it inside. It's high pointed and caught by Schutte. Near side for Cornell and back up top, thrown away. That'll be a turnover to the Chargers. And 5 back in, the starting 5 for Coach Drew Olson. Well, Taylor Schutte in that rotation now, I believe. No, Colby DeVell, not Schutte, sorry. 34-31. Riley Sybil was right next to her. Had a 3 and a 4 in my head. That's how it works sometimes. A lot of jumbled numbers. Sudman comes to a stop, was open. Not thinking about a shot. Carly for 3, left wing, no good. Deitzler, offensive rebound. Sudman collects, but she's on the deck. It'll be a jump ball. It'll go to Concordia with 3:07 to go here in the quarter. Bulldogs shooting 8 of 13. Briarcliff at 4 of 7 so far. So Grace Berry will dribble up for the Concordia Bulldogs. Looking for a screen as Carly and Slaughter look to get her, but it's lobbed to Sybil instead across the top. Over to Kepke. Again, good ball movement by the Bulldogs. Top of the key for Berry. Berry starts a drive and kicks out to Riley Sybil. Sybil comes to a stop just outside the low block. Berry open for 3 in the corner. Swish. Grace Berry, her first basket of the game. 23-9. Patience pays off for the Bulldogs there. Deitzler will do some dribbling, trying to avoid a double team. Does so. Sudman makes the catch on the pass, and then is fouled by Colby DeVell. Her second foul, but the team's 5th. Now we're off a foul somewhere, I believe. No, now we're not. Okay. Got to make sure the book matches, you know? It does. 23-9. Connor Sudman will step up to the free throw line. Free throw is good for Connor. 23-10. So Sudman gets into the scoring column. We'll hear more from her today. 17.5 point per game score, the leader for this Charger club. 2:10 to play first quarter. Bulldogs in charge from the onset. Sybil, double teamed in the corner, throws across the top. Kepke with it. Back to Grace Berry. Back to Kepke. Kepke spots, fires for 3, no good. High rebound pulled in by Sybil after some contact by a couple of players going for the basketball. Now Berry will drive and throw it back up top for Sybil. Osleeson fires for 3. That's no good. Deitzler with a rebound for BCU. She'll step out and pass to Businger. We've got an injured player for the Bulldogs. And it's Mackenzie Kepke. Rebecca Higgins into the lineup for Concordia. Slaughter to Businger and back to Slaughter, back in play. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. 23-10. Bulldogs. Sudman looks to leave it off for Slaughter, does so. Slaughter's bounce pass a little too hot for the hands of Deitzler. She does corral it back in. Sudman in the paint. Will be fouled. She tried to step her way through the paint. It'll go to Grace Berry. Berry's first, team 6th. Colby Duvel back to the, check that. Connor Sudman back to the free throw line. Sudman, free throw no good, it rolls away. So she'll collect her thoughts and step back for a second with about 90 seconds to go here in the quarter. Big bend of the knees for Connor Sudman, too strong, rebounded by Osleeson for Concordia. Sybil picked up her dribble, goes far side where she's got Grace Berry. Berry feeds it inside. And the basket is no good. It's an offensive foul. That'll be Colby Duval's third foul. So kind of a big one for the Bulldogs as it's thrown away. Sudman was looking back at the trailer. Deitzler fires long and out of bounds. 9th turnover of the day committed by Briarcliff. Riley Pauly into the lineup for Concordia. Shannon Sokolowski back in for Briarcliff. Maybe Sarah Dreckman, will see. Sarah will check back into the lineup. In place of Jaden Businger. .110 to go in the quarter. It's Berry. Berry looks at a few cutters. Will leave it off Rosleason, who will turn around and fire along two and score. Elsie Osleason with a basket, 25-10. Now to Carly in the far corner, up top for Deitzler. Deitzler with a dribble, and back to Carly. Bounced over to Dreckman, fed into the corner for Slaughter. Back up top. Dreckman looks inside at Sokolowski. One dribble, and throws it away. The steal by the Bulldogs. Berry, right hand lay-in, no good. Sybil, the trailer, tried for the rebound. It was saved in on the loose ball by Sokolowski to Dreckman. She's triple teamed and trying to get through it where she'll be fouled. Sometimes you just got to make the most out of what little opportunity you might have, and she did there, trying to squeeze through traffic. Osleason with a foul. Her first. So Sarah Dreckman will step up to the free throw line for a couple. She's 5 for 5 in the season from the stripe. Make it 6 for 6 for Dreckman. She's got 3 here in the first quarter. 28 seconds left. Shot clock not a factor. Second one good for Sarah Dreckman. 4 for Dreckman off the Charger bench. Lamprecht in for Deitzler. Brianna Allen in for Peyton Slaughter here at the end of the quarter. 25-12. Berry directs some traffic. Floats into the corner. Higgins for 3. Well off the mark. Carly had it taken out of her hands and pushed out of bounds by Berry. So the Chargers will have it with 15 seconds left. As Connor Sudman will check back in for Briarcliff. Allen and Sudman will have the chore of bringing the ball up the floor. Allen with a catch. Passes to Sudman, who's got a runner. It's Lamprecht wide open underneath the basket. Fantastic press break by the Chargers. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Down to 3, down to 2. Berry, top of the key, will fire an off-balance 3. It's airballed and out of bounds. And that's the end of the first quarter. Concordia 25 and Briarcliff 14 on the Charger Sports Network. We'll be right back with the second quarter in a minute.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Back at it here at the start of the second quarter on the Chargers Sports Network at BCUChargers.com. Number 3, Concordia, 25, and Briarcliff, 14. Sudman has it right side of the circle, top of the key for the Chargers. To Alyssa Carley, near side for Peyton Slaughter. Back to Carley. Carley fires inside to Sudman, who will dribble it out beyond the arc. Carley looked to fire it inside, stolen away. Riley Pauley with a steal. And we'll have to make a slight adjustment here to the clock as the power bumped here inside the Newman Flanagan Center. Might have saw that on your screen. Wherever you're watching, thank you very much. We appreciate it, whether you're a Bulldog fan or a Charger fan. So Coach Power going to the tactic that maybe if the power goes out, we can pull off the upset here. You're just trying everything, right? Trying to throw them off their game. That clearly has nothing to do with it, but that's all right. Through a quarter, Concordia at 10 of 20 for 50%. Briarcliff 5 of 9 for 55%. Bulldogs have hit 5 3-pointers already on 13 attempts. Chargers 0 for 2. Free throw line, Briarcliff 4 of 7. Rebounding advantage to the Chargers 9 to 5. We have 3 assists and 11 turnovers for the Cliff. 9 assists, 7 turnovers for the Bulldogs. Not exactly sure really what the refereeing crew is attempting to do with that little power bump, but I think the coaches and referees have decided just keep playing. It was a second or two at most that may have affected those plays. Farrell back up top. Pass inside off the hands of Riley Pauley goes away from Claire Cornell and out of bounds, so the Chargers will have it. Deitzler needs an inbounder. It's Slaughter. Slaughter has Deitzler playing center field in the backup. Good press break by the Chargers. Businger over to Slaughter and down to Alyssa Carley in the corner. Her pass knocked out of the air. Slaughter runs it down, saves it in, and a foul coming. Had a collision with Pauley and Sudman. We'll see who gets it. It'll be player control. Foul to Connor Sudman. Her first, team's first. And she did knock Pauley off of her plane, so that's a fair call, no doubt about it. Swung around into the corner. Taylor shooting for 3, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound for Pauley. Bounce through to Cornell. Cornell traveled on her way into the basket. Turnover to Briarcliff. 8:49 to go here in the first half. Coach Figuera dressed and ready to go for the men's basketball game to follow. Got to win these home court matchups. If you're the Chargers at this point of the season, really want to win them all, obviously, but when you have a team coming into your home gym, got to defend the home turf as best as possible. Carley open for 3 in the corner far side. No good. Can't get the roll. Rebounded by Pauley. My Hawkeyes did that last night, beating Michigan. Love seeing that at Carver Hawkeye Arena, 88-83. Deitzler runs down the loose ball, far corner, where she'll be fouled. But if you're a basketball fan at all, I encourage you to watch Luca Garza for the Hawkeyes play. Yes, I'm biased, but probably one of the best big men in the country, hands down. Tipped out of the air, stolen by Pauley, saved in to Taylor Farrell of Concordia. I think he had 33 again last night. I believe at this point, if the season ended, he'd be an All-American. Farrell for a long 3, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touch by Claire Cornell. We got 5 fresh Bulldogs onto the floor. Now the big deal for Iowa will be if Jordan Bohannon, who elected for hip surgery and has 1 more year, if he can talk Garza into coming back, because dang, they'd be good. Businger in the paint, off the press break, basket, good. She's got 4. Nice little jumper for Jaden Businger, 25-16. Barry right wing, dribbles towards the top. Didn't know that was a tongue twister, but it turned into be that. Sybil, double teamed in the corner, back up top. Kepke swings around far corner. Barry steps into a three, no good. Alyssa Carley with a rebound. Carley looks up for Peyton Slaughter, who fires ahead to Deitzler. Deitzler takes a couple of steps towards the basket. They call it out of bounds on Deitzler. I guess it was defended pretty well. Wasn't really any slapping at the ball, so fair call by the refereeing crew. Sybil and Barry play catch up top. They'll do it again, back to Sybil on the return. And Coach Drew Olson wants a timeout. Bradley Sybil didn't really have anywhere to go, and his team wasn't moving without the ball the way he wanted them to. So it'll be a timeout. 7:04 to play here in the first half. 25-16. Concordia has the lead. Chargers playing tough. Have some Hall of Fame festivities coming up as well today. Was here a little earlier, setting up some equipment. Invite you out, Charger fans, to watch the Charger men's volleyball team. They were in here practicing, and every time I see them compete, be it at practice or be it in a game, that's just fun stuff. Have the National Volleyball Tournament here, of course, the Tyson Event Center, but the men's volleyball game really growing around the country at the NAIA level. So the inbounds play will come from the nearest sideline in the corner. And an inadvertent buzzer. So we'll just do it again. That's okay. Hadn't cleared from the timeout. That's what happened. So it's clear now. We're back in play with 10 on the Bulldog shot clock. Barry down to Chloe Schumacher. Goes off of her hands and out of bounds. Turnover to Briarcliff. Deitzler into Connor Sudman. Sudman bounces to Deitzler and leads her along the sideline. Deitzler leaves it off in the corner. Carley open for three. No good. Kepke with a rebound inside for Concordia. Good to see her back after she was shaken up early. Barry to Sybil to Kepke up top for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Brianna Allen with the rebound. Her first rebound of the game. She'll dribble. Allen has Carley. Carley bounces to Deitzler in the corner. Deitzler, a little out of her range, doesn't take the three there. Bounces it along the baseline instead. Carley down to Deitzler. Sudman the cutter. Sudman's shot is off the mark. She's fouled up by the rim. I believe that'll go to Kepke and be her first. First of the quarter. Player Cornell back into the lineup for the Concordia Bulldogs as Connor Sudman will step to the free throw line. An excellent free throw shooter. First one is good. 83% free throw shooter on the season. Uncharacteristically missed a couple today, but now she's 2 for 5 at the stripe. She's got three, and it's 25-18. 6:13 to play first half. If you're just joining us, the Bulldogs with a heavy early start. Leading 25-14 after a quarter, but they're on about a 4-minute scoring drought. Basket off the mark. Jump ball to Briarcliff. So the Charger defense has held Concordia scoreless here for the first 4 minutes of the period. We'll catch you up on some scores from around the conference as some of these games get underway here and going, including that Morningside and Dordt game. We Got some squirrels working through the power grid, apparently. All right, back in play. Sudman will hustle it up for the Chargers, trailing by 7, thrown away. Stolen by Riley Pauly. Pauly waits, has Hellman behind her, fed inside. Cornell's turnaround jumper in the paint, good. That'll break the scoring drought for the Bulldogs. 27-18, Sokolowski into the corner. Carly wants a three. This time it's good. Alyssa Carly for three. 27-21, Bulldogs. Carly with her first basket of the game. Barry back over to Hellman for three, and the answer, no good. Brianna Allen pokes the rebound to Alyssa Carly, who looks up, has Sokolowski baseline. She'll take the right side lay-in and score. Shannon Sokolowski with the basket. 27-23. Hellman and Barry both look inside, nothing doing. Koepke fires from the wing for three, no good. Ball poked out of bounds by Alyssa Carly. Bulldogs will keep it. Fed inside, trying to muscle her way up. Cornell fouled. Be Sudman's second. Second of the quarter. Claire Cornell will go to the free throw line. Free throw is good. 8 for Claire Cornell off the bench. Above her 5.8 points per game average. Second one good as well for Claire Cornell. She's got 9. Slaughter, Dreckman, and Businger back into the Charger lineup. Taylor Lamprecht as well. Sokolowski looking for Slaughter, who sets a screen for Dreckman. It goes to Slaughter, though. Slaughter tried to dribble through a double team. Loose on the deck, thrown ahead to Sokolowski across the half-court stripe. Pass batted out of the air by Cornell, but right to Slaughter, whose lane is no good. Ball poked around, loose, jump ball to Concordia. With the weather, some of the game times of the conference have been altered, so we'll run that down here in a little bit. Steal by the Chargers and a foul by Barry. Grace Barry's second. Team's third. Businger collects the inbounds pass. The Slaughter being closely guarded by Hellman. Slaughter gets around her, and then it's stolen. Cornell wants to win the race to the front of the rim, does so, lay in good. Claire Cornell with 11. Steal and a bucket, points off of turnover. Always big for the Bulldogs. And almost thrown away again. Dreckman runs it down and saves it in. Sokolowski had to go through her hands into Grace Barry's. Barry, right side, leans in, and Lamprecht is going to get the block foul. Didn't get there in time to take the charge. It was close, but Coach Power making the same argument. Definitely not going to change things, but Elsie Asleason back in for the Bulldogs. Berry's free throw is good. Grace Berry has 4. 32-23. Berry can put the lead back to double figures with his free throw and does so. She's got 5. So the Dordt and Morningside doubleheader now at 6 and 8 o'clock tonight. Road's a little dicey up north of Sioux City as Deitzler checks back in. Deitzler looking for the long ball, goes short instead, right in front. Now Deitzler goes up and over the defense to Businger. Businger stops though. Dreckman over to Connor Sudman. Sudman to Carly. She'll fire for 3. No good. Rebound pulled in by Asleason for the Bulldogs. Hellman will turn it up. Hellman pops it inside, but through the outstretched hands of Schutte, and it's stolen by Sudman. Bound is blocked off of her route by Taryn Schutte. Team's 3rd foul. I say hi to Jake, the wonderful, talented, fantastic sports information director of Concordia. He's got the live stream on, watching his team play here today. Look forward to seeing Jake at the national tournament in Sioux City coming up in March. But Jake, glad to have you. Go Hawks, buddy. Both big Hawkeye fans, so not sure how that's worked out for Jake, living not far from Lincoln, Nebraska, but I know he still flies the black and gold loud and proud. Shot off the mark by Schutte. Rebounded by Carly. Fed ahead to Dreckman, who lost the handle and couldn't save it in. Brianna Allen will check back in, but Jake, an incredibly talented sports information director, and think the world of him. So hi to you, Jake, and happy Basketball Saturday. I know basketball, amongst the many sports being played at this time of the year, men's volleyball and wrestling and all kinds of stuff. If you're an SID, the job never stops. Schutte's 3 off the mark, rebounded by Grace Berry for Concordia. Back to Schutte up top, thought about a 3, won't take it. Hellman will, 3-pointer good. Mackenzie Hellman with 5. 2.5 to play first half. 36-23. Big run here by the Bulldogs has put the lead back to 13. Allen fires to the free throw line for Sudman, who drives. Fadeaway jumper, doesn't have enough on it. Short. Schutte with a rebound near side for Hellman. Hellman pops it far side for Grace Berry. Berry takes a few dribbles. She'll leave it off for Cornell, who will go to the basket. And it'll be a charge by Claire Cornell, her 2nd, team's 4th. That'll give it back to Briarcliff. Sudman and Allen exchange places. Goes to Allen. Back to Deitzler. She works her way towards the half-court stripe. Pops it across to Sudman. Sudman to Brianna Allen. Allen well away from the 3-point line. Allen to the free throw line for Sudman. Sudman tried a little behind the back pass, but it was stolen by Claire Cornell. One-on-one, Cornell, Allen. Cornell goes left around Allen. Shot no good. Rebound pulled in by Hellman. 3-pointer for Schutte, no good. Sudman with the rebound. It bounced off her shoe, though. Didn't look it all the way in. Inbound to Allen. 90 seconds to go here in the first half. Slaughter pumps into the corner. Carly for 3, no good. Nice rebound by Deitzler, and the putback good. Deitzler followed the shot nicely. She's got 7. It's 36-25. At the free throw line for Pauly. Almost had it knocked loose. Sybil open for 3 near side. That's off the mark. No good. Rebound poked around, pulled out of the air by Leeson, and back up top for Barry. Barry will jack a three, no good. Rebound through a number of hands, pulled in by the Bulldogs. Sybil looks right side. She's cut off and twirls around and throws back up top for Grace Barry. Barry into the corner. Hellman for three. Good. Mackenzie Hellman. Second three of the quarter. She's got 8 on the afternoon. It's 39-25. 30 seconds to go in the half. Allen leaves it off for Madeline Deitzler. Top of the key. She'll bounce to Slaughter. Over to Carly and back to Allen at the top. Back to Carly. Back to Allen. Bounce to Slaughter at the free throw line. Slaughter, not a lot to do with it. Had her pass. Blocked out of the air by Sybil. Stolen by Concordia with 8 seconds. Barry. Little running pass to Leeson. Pauly back up top. Hellman will fire for three at the buzzer. No good, and we go to halftime. Concordia's Bulldogs 39 and the Briarcliff Chargers 25. Our Square Tire halftime report on the way next on the Charger Sports Network at BCUchargers.com.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Welcome back to the Square Tire halftime report at the Newman Flanagan Center. Number 3, Concordia 39, Briarcliff 25. It is Hall of Fame weekend and joined by our first Hall of Famer today. And you'll get used to that after a while, I'm assuming. Still, some habits are hard to break for me, and that's your coach to me, because you were a coach with when I was as I've been covering Briarcliff through my time here. Coach Angie Christensen, coach, player extraordinaire, now Hall of Famer. How's that feel?
It's crazy because of the tradition of basketball at Briarcliff and the names that are in that, and it's a surreal experience for me. Kind of came full circle a little bit.
Well, when you look back on your time here, really, I remember I grew up in this building watching men's and women's basketball, and when you were here, the memory that I have the most is that everybody came early. You had to get a seat for the women's basketball game because you and your teammates and everybody had pushed the level of basketball here to a level that it hadn't been seen before.
Yeah, we had it rolling here. It was packed. The second level was packed. It was people were standing around. That's when they used to have beer at halftime. They were getting spilled on from the balcony. It was, a whole different, generation. But it was a phenomenal experience to be a part of, that tradition back then, because we didn't lose a lot of games. I think we lost one or two in my career, 4, maybe 3. I don't even know.
It was so fun to watch. And when you look back on the team that was put together, so many of you still have your hands in basketball. And I think that really is a testament to the coaches, obviously, that you worked with, but the group that you had. You not only set your mark and up the level of competition here at Briarcliff in the women's game, but now you're giving back to the game, and I think that's really neat.
Yeah, when you have people like Coach Power and Jamie Sale just got his 500th win at Morningside, which it's just the numbers that those two guys have done is phenomenal, and now you get a chance to leave your own mark in a different type of setting. I was a part of the college game for I think 19 years. Some as a head college coach, and I got to come back and be an assistant at Briarcliff, and now I get to do lessons and have my own AAU program. So it's kind of fun to give back to the game that gave back to you.
Now, obviously, you were an excellent basketball player, but how did you end up on the diamond? Am I right in the stories you didn't play a lot of softball growing up?
The story of this is that Coach Power called me on my landline. That's how old I am. He said, "Hey, Ange, I got some good news and some bad news." I was like, "All right, hit me, buddy." He goes, "Good news is we got a scholarship for you. The bad news is that it's with softball." And I was like, "Coach, in South Dakota we don't have fast-pitch softball, right?" He goes, "Yeah, you're an athlete. You'll be fine." So
and you
I remember going
All-American.
Boog was my coach, and it was his first year at Briarcliff. He was, phenomenal standout at Penn Core, which I had no idea about.
Sure.
He starts talking to me about indicators, and I go, "Coach, I'm just going to keep this real with you. I don't even know what the word indicator means." He goes, "Just don't worry about it. Just go up and swing.
Just grip it and rip it, kid. That's all you got to do." But a second-team softball All-American, Player of the Year. You hit 469. You did okay. How do you?
I don't know. Somebody asked me. I was like, I don't even know. It was something very fun to me because I put all my eggs, in basketball. It was very stressful because you wanted to win, right? And then you get to softball, and it's like there's no pressure.
Sure.
I looked at our softball picture. We had 13 girls. That's probably why I got a scholarship, because you don't have a full team. So it was fun. It was fun.
It's amazing to me with the numbers you put up, having not have the opportunity
it's a great
to do
story.
that in high
great
school.
Story.
It is, but I think that goes back to something that you and I have talked about off of the air a lot, in that you really want girls.
Multi-sports.
You really want young people to play as many sports as possible, because it gives you a chance to succeed and be a part of something bigger than you in multiple ways.
I talk that to families all the time. They think, versus specializing or playing most. I said play as many as you can. And Brett Favre was just out at United Sports Academy, and he had that same message. He's like, do not specialize. Go do as much as you can, because you can never get that time back. And it teaches you so much more. And there's so many, different coaching philosophies with different sports, and so you get so much of everything, and it really does prepare you not only for your sport but the real world. And I think you can learn so much from so many different sports. I know for me, I played everything. My time was 600 people, and you were just expected to play it. And we talk about that too. Now that I run an AAU program, I tell kids go play sports, and your school sport is coming before us. That to me is
you're a one of a kind. Just with the comment you just made, you're one of a kind there.
Well, I as a college coach, I saw so many AAU coaches do it wrong. and it was all about them and getting kids to the highest level. And it's not even about that. And I tell kids, even when I recruit, it's not even about the level of play, because in 10 years, you're going to talk about your friendships. It's not going to be like, oh my gosh, remember I played at Tennessee or Briarcliff? There's no in between. It's just like what you made during that time. It's like one of my favorite quotes is, it's not about the numbers on the headstone, it's the dash in between. That was one of my favorite quotes. And it's like, what are you doing with your dash? And so for me, I want my dash to be an impact.
I think that's really important now that you've transitioned into the role you had at United Sports Academy here in town, which is a fantastic facility, first of all. But the big thing that I get from talking to Shane Tritz, who's now helping run United Sports Academy, is that your concern at United Sports Academy, or your goal, not a concern, your goal is to get as many people playing as many sports as possibly can, and if you can help them under your roof, that's what you want to do.
Yep. And I think with Sioux City now you have two opportunities to play with the arena and United Sports Academy. Like what a great opportunity for kids nowadays in Sioux City. That was not here, 2 years ago.
Right.
And now you got so many opportunities and again, different sports, different things. Like I think this is going to be such an up and coming thing for this area, and it was much needed. I mean, recruiting this area when I was at Briarcliff, there was a definite need for individuals to get some help. So,
and having been born and raised here, I think there were two teams, in my opinion, at the time that changed the landscape of girls athletics here in town. Briarcliff women's basketball. And then you got Morningside coming into the NAI. Now it's Briarcliff and Morningside women's basketball. But the South Sioux City Cardinal basketball team, because what Coach Flynn did at the time was exactly some of the stuff you're trying to do now, in that you're trying to get these kids playing as early as possible.
Yep.
And what his philosophy is they play together early. They run the same system all the time. They play the same defense. They apply the same pressure. And having the opportunity to teach kids at a very early age to play at a level that is expected of them in high school, where a high school coach now doesn't have to, okay, Angie, we're going to teach you how to dribble with your left hand.
Yep. It's just in a couple years that we've done it, the development of kids that I've seen, the kids that play summer, and when they go back, what you're hoping for when they go back to their small towns and they play at a faster pace, the game is so much easier. And when they're 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, it's like, oh my gosh, light bulb just came on. I got this, and it's easy. And then it builds confidence, and that to me is what is missing in a lot of youth sports. It's not about if they're talented or they can do this skill level. It's all about maturity and confidence, and that's what we're really trying to do.
Now, as you take a look at this year's Briarcliff team, obviously very young.
Very.
But a couple of players that I love watching Connor Sudman play. I love watching the way that Peyton Slaughter plays the game. You can tell that she played at a very high level, and she might not score 15 points a game right now. I think she will eventually. But if she has 10 assists and 5 rebounds and 2 turnovers, she's really done her job. And I think the philosophy of sports, in a sense, has changed in the event that Connor Sudman was clearly the best player on her high school basketball team. There is no doubt about that. And that's a very, very good program. You know that.
Yep.
Madeline Deitzer, very, very good player. Same thing from trainer, but they come in and they're not afraid to play a different role because of the fact that they've played in different settings at different levels, at different paces. And I think getting as many people playing basketball, that's kind of what we're seeing because of that.
Yep, and I kind of talked about some of this. This group reminds me of Coach Power. I got to join that as juniors, but that group that he recruited as freshmen, that they lost a lot early. This group, if they stick together, can be that group, and they end up, we end up, I think we were 35-0 my junior year.
Right.
So I think, I'm not saying they can do that. Obviously, NAI is a little bit different, only going one division, but
that's a big deal, isn't
it?
It
is. It's going to be a huge transition for the GPAC.
But they'll still compete very well.
They will.
There's
a
no
tough
doubt
conference,
about it.
100%.
As you've transitioned into the role that you have at United Sports Academy, but continuing to put a tremendous touch on the game of basketball, how hard is it for you to come back in here and sit on the end of the bench as the honorary coach today and not pull on that black shirt of his and say, hey, do this, hey, try this?
You know what's awesome on this? I get to come and not worry about if I win or lose. I get to go enjoy my family. You know,
Absolutely.
It's a different look for sure, but I enjoy being back.
Coach Power is closing in on a milestone himself, the most consecutive games with a coach dressed in all black.
All black. He's got to have that by now, JV.
You know, I think so, but we're getting I'm going to make up a milestone, and then I'm just going to go with it every night. But you come back here and you watch Briarcliff, or you go to a high school gym and watch maybe some of the girls you're teaching and working with. But I think one of the things that isn't highlighted as enough as it should be around here is the level of coaches that we have in high school and in college.
Yes.
And in positions that are changing players' lives. Because, yes, you're a coach, but at the end of the day, do you really care if they succeed athletically, if they're good people?
That's right. It's all about the person they become.
Because there's one line in your Hall of Fame description here that stands out to me. It's only 3 words. You know which one it is? NAIA Scholar Athlete.
There you go. You're a student athlete, so what comes first?
But
Student.
that's important.
Yep, absolutely. Because no one's going to go on in girls basketball here and go to the NBA. You got to go out and do something with your life. So I would agree with you 100%, buddy.
No, I think that's really cool, and I think that's something that we don't necessarily celebrate as much as we should.
I agree.
Especially at this level, knowing that, yeah, you're going to have a lot of success on the basketball floor, but success in life, that's what Coach Power and people at this level are doing as well.
Impacting the world.
You are too, though, kid. Remember that.
All right.
Hall of Famer,
Thanks,
Angie
buddy.
Christensen. I love talking
Always
to
a pleasure.
you. You know
Always
that.
a pleasure.
Getting ready to start the second half. Angie's going to go have fun and watch the rest of this one and root on the Chargers here at the Newman Flanagan Center. That is your Square Tire halftime report. We thank you for joining us, and we thank Angie. Really just one of the great people in the world that I have thankfully been able to work with in a number of capacities, and seeing her coach here at Briarcliff, but watching her play here at Briarcliff, just an absolutely wonderful lady. I think the world of her, so she's a Hall of Famer, and deservedly so. 39-25 is the start of the third quarter score. Briarcliff shot 9 of 19 in the first half. Concordia 14 of 39. Bulldogs 7 of 15 beyond the arc. Briarcliff 1 of 7. Starters both sides. Carly knocks the ball out of bounds. Concordia will keep it. Chargers 6 of 9 at the free throw line. Concordia 4 of 4. Rebounding advantage slightly to the Bulldogs. 18-17 as Carly will knock it into the scorers table. And we'll try it again. Jake Shipley and Teresa Kane, the other Hall of Famers that'll be inducted halftime of the men's basketball game that'll follow our women's game here on the Charger Sports Network. Grace Berry floats it into the corner. Kepke fires for 3, no good. Slaughter with a weak side rebound, and she'll work towards the center of the floor. Got a couple of blue shirts right in front of her. Sudman takes over. Sudman picks up her dribble and will throw it into the corner for Deitzler. Deitzler tried a little pass to Sudman, tipped away, stolen. Sybil on the wing will back it up top for Grace Berry. Berry back to Sybil. She's open for 3, and it's good. Bulldogs do not miss a lot of open threes. Get you some major college basketball scores going on today as well. A lot of fun stuff around the country. NFL Championship Sunday tomorrow. AFC, NFC Championship games. Chiefs, Titans, Niners. Angie Christensen's Packers. Three-pointer for Barry in the corner, no good. Ball poked loose to the deck. Referees do a good job. 3 players down. That means whistle blows. Got AJ up here with me as well from freshman at the University of Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Freshman, all right. Well, welcome. Glad to have you today.
Thanks. First time being up here.
Yeah, well, wanted to work you in a little bit. I know his mom well, and she said, hey, can AJ come and shadow you for a game? I said, absolutely, as Carly gets the lay in. AJ, a Bishop Healing grad, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
graduated last year, yeah.
Yeah, last year. So down to Iowa City, so you got to be happy with the Hawkeyes win last night.
Yeah, so far, yeah. I don't really go or watch many of their basketball games. It was mostly just the football.
Well, it was a great football season as well.
Yeah,
you go to the
very
wrestling
exciting.
meets?
I want to. My roommate and I, Luke, he also graduated from Heelan last year. He's a big wrestler, and he's a big wrestling fan, so I plan to try and go to a few of those with him this season, so I'm looking forward to it.
They are unbelievable this year. Ranked number 1. Went through. Iowa had 2 duels last weekend. They were unbeaten, and when I mean unbeaten, they were 20 for 20 in matches last weekend. Spencer Lee, one of the most dynamic wrestlers in the country for Iowa, defending national champion. And he'll probably win another unless he's injured, but 42-27, so we wanted to introduce AJ here. See, maybe we can push him along the path of sports broadcasting as Barry gets the basket. Slaughter dribbles through traffic. Slaughter will leave it off in the corner. Carly, quick trigger on the 3, no good. Rebound far side for Grace Berry. Berry looks up. Had Sybil momentarily, but doesn't go there as Berry cuts into the paint. Will muscle it up in traffic. That'll be cut down by a foul. The Charger foul. Go to Alyssa Carly and be her first. Just the 3rd foul whistled against the Chargers all day today. Taylor Lamprecht into the ball game for Briarcliff. So it's Carly, Slaughter, Sudman, Lamprecht, and Businger as Berry hits the free throw. She's got 8. Second one for Berry is good as well. She'll rattle it home for her 9th point, 46-27. So what are you studying at Iowa, or have you declared yet?
I have not declared yet. I was going to do human phys, but then I was kind of rethinking it. And as of right now, I'm just currently undecided, but I'm leaning towards like the sports marketing, or not sports marketing, but sports rec and management area.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah. Just did a couple job shadows this week just to try and get a feel for them.
Yeah, there you go. Nice pass ahead to Carly, but she left the lay-in short. Rebounded by Sybil, who will work it up near side. Jake, that I was talking about a little earlier, the sports information director at Concordia, University of Iowa grad. Basket no good with a rebound, a putback for Duval up and good. Slaughter lost the handle. Berry with a steal. 48-27. Berry for 3 on the wing. Good. She leans into it and scores. Berry has 12, and it's 51-27 Concordia after a 12-2 spurt to start the second half. We'll have 5 fresh Bulldogs in the lineup when we come back out of this timeout. That's good stuff, though. Get a little look at some of the things happening in media around town.
Yeah.
You went to the TV station and.
Yeah, it was actually a lot for KCAU on Monday, yeah. And it's
cool.
Actually a lot more work than what I thought. It's like different from when you're like watching it on TV and then you actually go backstage and see kind of like everything they have to do, and it's just, there's a lot more work that actually goes into it than what I thought beforehand, so. It's pretty neat though. I liked watching them. I watched Jake Jones.
Yeah.
I was following him around and it was actually pretty fun to work with him for the day. Got to watch Heelan play. East, both are girls and boys varsity teams, so it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
51-27, 6:45 to go here in the third quarter. Men's, women's doubleheader basketball here at the Newman Flanagan Center today on Hall of Fame Day. Up and over to Businger. She'll break the pressure. She'll take a bounce back with the basketball and then put it up and in. Nice play by Businger. 51-29. Hellman continues to dribble at the top for Concordia. She'll now pick it up, twirl around a few times. Bounce to Riley Pauly near side. Over to Farrell. Back to Farrell. Thought about a 3, won't take it. Hellman hit a couple of 3s in the first half. She's got 8 off the Concordia bench. Hellman will leave it off to Farrell. It bounces down to Pauly in the corner. Pauly to Cornell. Cornell through traffic. Ooh, and as the shot clock goes off, a foul against Lamprecht. Thought maybe Cornell had led enough with the shoulder to get the charge, but Lamprecht will get her second and team's second. Allen and Dreckman back in for the Charger lineup. So what you're probably figuring out on this side is a lot of memorization goes in.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of memorization. Yeah, from what I've been noticing so far.
Cornell
sure.
has 12, free throw good. Claire Cornell ready for her second free throw. She'll flip it up with the bucket and through. She's got 13. 53-29 with 6 minutes to go. Lamprecht and Allen try to break the pressure. Allen with a couple of dribbles and throws it away. Cornell with a steal. Cornell had it swatted out of the air by Sudman, but ran out of real estate on the far sideline, turned back over to Concordia. The preparation part is one of the most fun things I do during the week. It's looking at another team and learning them. Three-pointer, Taylor Farrell, no good. Good box out by Sudman. She'll have the rebound for the Cliff. Always start a couple of days early. For football, you start on Monday for a Friday and Saturday game. Get through the weekend, enjoy a little NFL football, then right back at it. Spot charts and lineups and all kinds of fun stuff. Dreckman to Sudman. Sudman in the near corner will bounce through. Businger open. Far side of the paint for the basket. She's got 8. Actually, she's got 6. I gave her a basket that doesn't belong to her. All right, we'll figure that out. Schutte won't take the 3. Throw it across the top for Hellman. Back over to Farrell for 3, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Lamprecht. Tied up near center court. Hellman ties up Businger. Sokolowski and Deitzler back in the lineup for the Chargers. There, we got it fixed. My scorebook's off. It bothers me. Got to make it right. Bulldog basketball. Hellman into the corner. Hellman for Farrell. Farrell back to Hellman. Hellman dribbles to the free throw line. Pops it far side. Schutte will dribble it back towards the top. Across the top for Farrell. Hellman with 8 on the shot clock. Farrell with 5. Farrell drives and lost control. Throw it away to Brianna Allen. She'll turn around and work it up. Chest pass ahead to Connor Sudman. Sudman down to Dreckman to Allen. Allen takes a dribble towards the basket. She'll be bumped off that drive and fouled by Cornell. It'll be her 3rd. So Brianna Allen will go to the free throw line. 78% free throw shooter. Peyton Slaughter back into the ball game. Freshman for freshman. Replacing Connor Sudman. 3rd foul for Cornell. Free throw for Allen is good. Brianna Allen's first point of the game. Second one on the way for Brianna Allen. No good. Cornell saves it in, but threw it away far side. She and Deitzler battling for it. 53-32. Chargers have a chance at a few more points here. And they'll start the offense with Slaughter. Allen looks down at Deitzler, covered up pretty well by Claire Cornell. Sokolowski. Back to Slaughter on the wing. Slaughter will turn back towards the top. Twirls around. Sokolowski there to help. 10 on the shot clock for the Chargers. Allen to Slaughter. Slaughter with 3. With 2, Allen's got to take a long 3. No good. It caroms well beyond the arc. Should be out of bounds by Concordia. Last touch by Taryn Schutte. Kobe Duval back into the ball game. Coach Drew Olson will send Avery Lamprecht into the game as well. So Lamprecht in for the first time today. Averages about 4 points a contest. Dreckman to Sokolowski. Her baseline drive cut off as she twirls with a pass back up top. Allen's door shut on the wing for 3. Dreckman, how to get rid of it. Allen's got to fire another 3, and it's good. Brianna Allen as the shot clock expired. Last 4 points for the Chargers come from the fingers of Brianna Allen. Fed inside, Duval shot off the rim, no good. Deitzler with a rebound. She puts it in the hands of Allen to the bucket. Allen fouled by Hellman. Hellman's second, team's third. Brianna Allen will go back to the free throw line. Alyssa Carley back into the BCU lineup. Barry, Sybil, and Osleeson in for Concordia. Allen's free throw is good. Brianna Allen with the last 5 for the Chargers. We're having a pretty good shooting day, just the fact they've taken half the shots Concordia has. Allen's second free throw good. She's got 6. Chargers 13 of 25 on the day. Concordia 18 of 49. But Concordia's hit 9 3-pointers, just 2 for the Chargers. And as I highlight the 3-point goals, it's fed into Barry for a little jumper from about 4 feet away. 55-37. Allen double teamed. Slaughter there to help. Slaughter open for Carley for 3. No good. Maybe. It is no good. Falls down into the hands of Sokolowski, who's tied up. Possession arrow favors Briar Cliff. So Slaughter will inbound to the near side of the Charger bucket. Slaughter pokes it into Carley. Allen into the corner. A 3-pointer well off the mark from Slaughter. Carley tried to put it back up as she was falling away, missed. Duval comes out with the bucket with the basketball to Sybil on the wing. Sybil feeds the corner for Osleeson. Up top for Barry, quick pass into the corner. Lambrecht with it. And fouled is Osleeson inside by Sokolowski. Team's third. Mackenzie Kepke back in for the Bulldogs. Playing without their leading scorer today, Philly Lammers, who's one of the top players in the country, really. Free throw good for Osleeson. 57-37. She's got 4, but kind of a telling stat by the way that Drew Olson likes to play the game. Grace Berry leads the Bulldogs at 22 minutes per game. To put that in perspective, Connor Sudman for the Chargers averages 31 minutes a game. Deitzler 27, Alyssa Carley 26, and Peyton Slaughter 22 and a half. Brianna Allen at 23. Slaughter for 3 in the corner, no good. She follows her shot though, gets the rebound, puts it back up towards the rim, no good. Businger had the rebound, but as she's falling to the ground, floats it back up to Carley. Sudman drives off the window, no good. Foul coming. Foul to Osleeson will put Sudman on the line. But only 3 players average more than 20 minutes for Coach Olson's team. The highest being 22, like we said. 5 average over 20 minutes a game for Coach Power, the lowest being 23. So like I said, if you show up with a jersey on, you're going to play. 57-39. Sybil in the corner. Had it opening, didn't take the shot. It's thrown back up top instead. Now floated inside. Duval's shot is off the mark. Out of bounds. Last touch by Businger as Allen will check in. And Grace Berry will inbound. Osleeson down to Kepke in the corner. She's double teamed with nowhere to go, and a timeout by Coach Olson. 32nd timeout. With the score being 57-39 with 1:12 to play. I know the men's volleyball team's supposed to be on the road today, but the weather just did not cooperate. When do y'all play again? 29th. Well, that's too long in between games. That's no good. A home volleyball matchup against crosstown rival Morningside on the 29th of the month. Well, then it gets real busy. So, all right, I get it. Supposed to play this weekend. That was the opener this weekend. Dig it. I knew it was around that time, just wasn't exactly sure, but Morningside at home. Morningside, Dorton, William Penn at home this season. So a couple of opportunities to watch the Charger men. They'll be at Morningside as well here in town. And then pretty much here all of March. They travel all of February and are home all of March. Barry in the paint as the shot clock buzzer about to expire. Shot off the mark, rebounded by the Bulldogs and thrown away. Brianna Allen with a wide open court in front of her. Lay-in good for Brianna Allen. (57-41). Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Sudman. She takes it out of the cylinder after it poked away. Sudman fouled, dribbling towards the Briarcliff bench. Fouled Riley Sibler first. That'll be the team's 5th, so that'll put Connor Sudman on the free throw line. Sudman has 7 today. Charger men and Concordia men coming up. The sharpshooter Jackson Lamb, 23.3 points per game for the Chargers, looking to get back in action. Sudman's free throw is good. 9 now for Connor Sudman. 57-43, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock is off for the Bulldogs. Lambrecht up top for Grace Berry. Berry will dribble through traffic. She lays it up and in. Muscled it up and over the rim. 59-43. Allen makes the catch to Businger. Businger's shot blocked down by Kepke and out of bounds with 0.2 seconds left here in the third quarter. And that'll be the end of the third, as the inbounds play will expire time. Concordia 59, Briarcliff 43. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after a brief pause on the Charger Sports Network at BCUChargers.com.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Start of the fourth quarter here on the Charger Sports Network at BCUChargers.com on Hall of Fame Saturday here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Up top, open for three, Mackenzie Hellman for another three. She's got 11, her third three-pointer of the game. Now it might be Hellman who collects the foul, playing defense. Let's see. Yes, it was Hellman. Her second. Team's first of the quarter. Today's game brought to you by Fibercom. Great sponsor here of Charger Athletics. Allen into the paint, near side. Businger open for a high, arcing three off the mark. Carly catches out of the air and goes right back to the bucket for point number 7 of the day for Alyssa Carly. 62-45. Businger now with a steal. Deitzler looks, has Allen on the wing open. Allen makes the catch and bounces towards the top for Connor Sudman. Over to Brianna Allen. And back to Jaden Businger looking in at Deitzler. They try to get it to her, go to Carly instead. They'll roll it around to Brianna Allen, who splashes a three. Allen with 11, the first double-digit scorer of the day for Briar Cliff, 62-48. 8:50 to go in the game. Number 3, Concordia, has not trailed in this matchup. Jumper for Taylor Farrell is good, just off the left elbow. 64-48. Coach Olson asking his defense to pressure a little more. Carly helps break the pressure. Carly fakes the pass through the paint and takes the lay-in instead. 9 for Alyssa Carly. 64-50, and a travel against Lambrecht on the far side as Peyton Slaughter checks back in. Taran Schutte back in for Concordia. Men's hoops coming up next. As Slaughter hustles towards the half-court stripe, and she'll be fouled by Lambrecht. That'll be her first, team's second. Barry, Kepke, Sybil, and Duval back into the lineup for the Concordia Bulldogs. Claire Cornell stays. Inbounded to Sudman, who's got a right baseline drive to the basket, up and in. Connor Sudman with 11. A nice drive, taking what's given to her, and working her way towards the basket nicely. Sybil and Barry exchange passes. Kepke into the party on the right wing. Kepke goes right baseline, stops, pop shot, no good. Carly with a rebound, poked out of her hands by Duval, but off of Carly and out of bounds. 64-52. Shannon Sokolowski back into the BCU lineup in place of Brianna Allen. Sokolowski, the 5'10 freshman. Three-pointer on the way, no good off the mark from Kepke, rebounded by Deitzler. Deitzler floats a pass ahead to Carly. Carly drives and is fouled by Mackenzie Kepke on her way into the basket. Kepke's second, team's third. So it'll be 2 free throws for Alyssa Carly. 90% free throw shooter on the season. Carly now has 10. 64-53 as Osleeson will check back into the lineup. 64-54 Concordia after Carly hits both. And a nice little shot in the arm for the Charger women as their bench has come alive nicely. Barry and Slaughter set the duel one-on-one as Barry will take the dribble. Slaughter backs off a little bit, ready to meet her at the three-point arc. Duval sets a screen, but Barry doesn't do anything with it. Barry over the head pass into the corner for Kepke. Sybil back over to Barry, 9 on the shot clock. Barry top of the key, being picked up by Carly on the switch defensively with 2, with 1. Kepke for 3, good. Oh, man. Great defensive stand by the Chargers, and that ice wander through the veins of Kepke. Three-pointer is good. A solid shot. Sybil wins the battle against Sudman, gets the steal. Sudman collects the foul, her third. First of the fourth quarter for the Chargers, but Riley Sybil will go to the free throw line. 77% good from there. 67-54. Free throw is off the mark, no good for Riley Sybil. She's got 6 today. on a pair of three-point baskets. Second free throw, though, is good. She's got 7. And 68-54. 6:55 to play. Slaughter almost had her pocket picked. Has some help. It's Deitzler. Deitzler fires ahead to Sokolowski. Sokolowski drives, left-hand lay-in, good. Good press break. And a bullet of a pass from Deitzler to Sokolowski. 68-56. Chargers have played well today, just can't get over the hump so far of getting really within double figures of Concordia. Lobbed inside of the cutter, Duval, who lost it out of bounds, but it was pushed there by Deitzler. So Barry will inbound to put this game back in action. Barry into Sybil. Sybil takes one dribble over to Barry, far side with 3, with 2. Barry drives. That'll be a charge to Grace Barry. Deitzler got there in time to take it. Barry's third. Charger basketball. The inbound pass finds Connor Sudman. She'll work it up quickly into the front court. Leaving it off for Allen. Allen up top. Slaughter wants a high arcing 3, but it's no good. Grace Barry with a rebound. She had a big third quarter, has yet to score here in the fourth, but leads all scorers today with 16. 68-56 Bulldogs, 5:45 to play. One-Eyed Jack's postgame report will come up after that. Turnaround shot in the paint for Koepke, rolls over the back square, ends up out of bounds, last touch by Deitzler. But take your Charger game ticket, or on your way here to the Newman Flanagan Center, head to One-Eyed Jack's for half-price appetizers before and after each and every Charger home game. Be it basketball, volleyball, wrestling, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever it may be, head over to One-Eyed Jack's, your pre- and post-game place for Charger fans. Barry drives baseline out top. Hellman wants a 3. It's good. Mackenzie Hellman. 14 for Hellman. It's 71-56 Concordia. Slaughter had it go off of her hands and off of her, ultimately out of bounds. Turnover to Concordia. 29th turnover of the day against the Chargers. Concordia has committed 21 of them. Barry will throw it in and finds Hellman. Over to Koepke for 3, no good. Sokolowski with the rebound. 4 points and a couple of rebounds today for Shannon Sokolowski as Slaughter looking to break the timeline, does so. Slaughter continues to dribble, now turns around in the paint. Right hand lay in, good. Peyton Slaughter. 71-58. Alyssa Carley set to check in at the next opportunity as Osleeson gets the entry pass and is fouled right underneath the basket. Taylor Lamprecht will pick up her third, team's second. Osleeson's free throw, no good. Hits the right side of the rim and rolls away to the left. Osleeson's second free throw is good, though. She has 5. Riley Pauly back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Plays about 14 minutes a game and good for a basket or two every night. 72-58. Allen and Sudman exchange passes. Sokolowski dribbles right. Back up top for Allen, almost threw it away. Back to Sokolowski. Lamprecht calling for it inside. They go to Sudman instead. Her jumper is off the mark. Duval with the rebound. Barry looks down low. It's Pauly. Pauly reverse side from the left to the right. Shot no good from layup distance. Pulled away by the Chargers. Approaching the 4-minute mark. 72-58. Sokolowski will fire for three. No good. Strong off the back square. Rebounded out top by Hellman. Bounced inside for Pauly. Sokolowski steps into the passing lane and gets the steal. Sudman backs her way in towards the top of the key. Hellman stops her, and she gets rid of it to Allen. Over to Sokolowski. Sokolowski dribbles around the wheel, bumped off of her plane, tried to throw it to Carly in the far corner. Koepke takes the ball out of bounds instead. Slaughter and Deitzler back in for the Chargers. Sybil and Schutte back in for Concordia. Coach Power wants a 30-second timeout. And it's allowed because he has a few left. Some top 25 college basketball from today. Plenty of it going on. We'll run those scores down for you as well. 8th-ranked Oregon trailing Washington 30-22. 10th-ranked Kentucky over Arkansas 24-10 right now. Texas Tech and Iowa State just underway. It was DePaul over 5th-ranked Butler 79-66. Number 9 Florida State a winner 83-79 over the U. Little in-state battle there. Florida knocked off 4th-ranked Auburn 69-47, so Auburn is going to take a tremendous tumble in the top 25. They were up to number 4, unbeaten heading into this week. They've lost twice. 17th-ranked Maryland 57-50 over Purdue. Kansas 66-57 over Texas. Creighton set to play Providence later on in Big East play. Actually, they're just getting underway. It's 72-58 here. Number 3 Concordia has not trailed today. Hellman for three, no good. Rebound collected by Hellman near the free throw line as she followed her shot. Three-pointer in the corner, no good from Schutte. Rebounded by Deitzler. Sokolowski on the right wing, dribbles into the paint. Had her pass blocked out of the air, stolen by Schutte. Under 3 minutes now to go. Duval, charge. Just knocked through Madeline Deitzler. That'll be her 4th. Briarcliff men are 11-9 and 2-8 in the conference. Big battle here with 13-5 Concordia. They're 6-4 in the conference, so a good chance for the Chargers. Get a win here today against a team playing well. As Businger backs in, her shot is off the mark. Fouled by Pauly, her first. But again, it's winning these home court contests. As you look at the second half of the season that we are now officially in. Chargers just a game out of the 8th and final playoff spot for the GPAC postseason tournament. So they can make up some nice ground as Businger hits the free throw. She's got 7. It's 72-59. Businger's second is good as well, 72-60. Businger with 8. Charger women have an equal challenge of working their way up the standings to get into that 8th and final spot. The 7 teams either ranked or receiving votes in the top 25. But the Chargers right now sit a couple off the pace that Mount Marty's setting for that 8th spot. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Batted down, stolen by Carly. It's a 3-on-1. Carly, bounce pass Slaughter. Back to Carly. Lay in, no good. Rebounded by Riley Pauly of Concordia with 2 minutes to go. Hellman fires a long 3. It's on the mark, but no good. And Sudman lost the basketball and ties up Schutte. And the possession arrow favoring Briarcliff. (72-60). Concordia's led the whole way today, but around a 15 to 18 to nothing start of this game kind of set the pace. Businger open for three in the corner, no good. Grace Berry with a rebound, her fourth of the day, to go along with 16 points and 6 assists. Berry cuts into the paint with a dribble and is fouled by Businger, I believe, trying to reach in and knock the ball out of her hands. Businger's first, team's third. (72-60) the score. Berry at the free throw line. Free throw is good. It rolls around and in. Her first point of the fourth quarter, but 12 of her 17 points have come after halftime. Second one good for Grace Berry. 74-60 Concordia. Sudman ahead to Allen. Allen bounces back to counter Sudman. Through the paint to Deitzler. Deitzler hits the cutter Businger. She's in a little deep, twirls back around, shoots and scores. 10 for Jaden Businger. Lead still 12 for the Bulldogs with about a minute to go. Berry up top will start a drive, and she'll work it back out beyond the arc. Over to Hellman for three, off the mark. Rebounded Jaden Businger. Businger throws it ahead to Deitzler. Deitzler, left side, off the window, no good. Rebound poke back to Deitzler, who will get the offensive rebound in the putback. She's got 9. And it's a 10-point game, 74-64, with 42 seconds left. Chargers shooting 21 of 46 for 45%. Concordia 24 of 66 for 36%. You know, one of the neat things that you do see with our community here in Sioux City hosting the NAIA National Tournament is that every team that comes in here gets a team sponsor. And Mayor Bob Scott and R.E. Scott and Company has been the Concordia sponsor for a long time. And they sit on the bench at the national tournament games and, you know, take them out to eat and do different things with the teams when they're here. But Mayor Scott standing with the Concordia team today, treating it kind of like the national tournament. He's here a lot watching Briar Cliff games as well, but he's got a nice relationship with Drew Olson and the Concordia staff as they look to him each and every season when they come here as their team sponsor. So just kind of cool stuff. Full court pressure by the Chargers, trailing by 10, 42 seconds left. Drew Olson has 4 timeouts left. Mike Power with 2. Sybil collects the long pass to break the pressure. Lay in good, Riley Sybil with 9. That's one way to break the pressure. Just go up and over. Touchdown pass is good. Businger to Allen. Allen feeds to Sudman at the free throw line. Back to Allen. Allen for 3. No good. Missed everything out of bounds with 23.6 seconds left. So the Bulldogs can be content to dribble it out if they want, or if the Charger defense will allow them to. They're going to pressure them instead. And Berry will work towards the half-court stripe. Berry dribbles through everybody and pumps it far side. Now the Bulldogs will back it up and dribble this one out. Concordia did not trail today as they get their 17th win of the season against 2 defeats. Final score here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Concordia 76 and Briar Cliff 64. Chargers compete well against the third-ranked team in the country, but unfortunately come up short as we enter into the One-Eyed Jacks post-game show here on the Chargers Sports Network at BCUchargers.com. Before and after every home game, head over to One-Eyed Jacks for half-price appetizers. Not far from here, just off of Hamilton Boulevard. So the final score is Concordia 76 and Briarcliff 64. Bulldogs 17-2 and improved to 12-1 in Great Plains Athletic Conference competition today. The Chargers fall to 5-15, 2-10 in GPAC play. Final stats for the Chargers: 4 double-digit scores today. Alyssa Carley with 11, Brianna Allen with 11, Connor Sudman with 11, Jaden Businger with 10, Madeline Deitzler with 9, got 4 each from Sarah Dreckman and Shannon Sokolowski, and 2 each from Peyton Slaughter and Taylor Lamprecht. For the Concordia Bulldogs in victory today, Grace Berry with 18, Mackenzie Hellman with 14, Claire Cornell with 13, Riley Sybil and Mackenzie Kepke with 9 each, Colby Duval with 6, and Elsie Osleson with 5. Briarcliff shot 22 of 49 for 45%. They were 3 of 19 beyond the arc and 17 of 21 at the free throw line. Concordia 25 of 68 for 37%, 12 of 41 beyond the arc, and 14 of 16, 88% from the free throw line. Chargers out rebound the Bulldogs 37-34. 11 offensive rebounds for Briarcliff, 16 offensive rebounds for Concordia. 12 assists, 30 turnovers today for BCU, 15 assists, 24 turnovers for Concordia. Concordia credited with 25 steals today. Bench scoring 29-21 for Concordia. Points in the paint 38-24 for Briarcliff. Second chance points 14-13 for Concordia, and points off of turnover 31-17 in favor of the Bulldogs. Final score: Concordia 76, Briarcliff 64 in the One-Eyed Jacks post-game show. We'll take a little break, and we'll be back to tell you a little bit more about our Hall of Famers today and get you set up for game number 2, men's basketball on the way. Briarcliff and Concordia. We'll have it coming up as our broadcast continues on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Back inside the Newman Flanagan Center on the One-Eyed Jacks post-game report. Concordia flexes some muscle here, the third-ranked team in the country. 76-64 the final score. And we'll have men's basketball coming up. But first, get to celebrate a local company with a lot of local ties, including some Briarcliff alumni here that have supported Briarcliff athletics for a long time. Jeff Zizda from Fibercom. Mr. Zizda, it is always an honor and pleasure to talk to you.
Hey, JB, same goes to you, buddy. I'm really glad to be here. And, of course, Fibercom really enjoys being a sponsor of Briar Cliff. They've also been a great partner of ours for many, many years now, and we just appreciate the atmosphere and the people.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that you see with Fibercom is that you guys care about the community you're in, and I think that's a good basis for a company, is that you like to be out and about in the community, you like to be visible in this community, and you like to take care of the people that are your customers and take care of you.
Well, certainly, JB. You know, like any successful business, you know, the thing that helps us the most is that we really want to support local things because we're local here, and we really do look at our customers as friends and family, and you know, we know we're going to run into them at different events and things like that. So, you know, the last thing we want is for people not to have a good experience with Fibercom.
Well, I know from the radio station side, the Powell Broadcasting family of stations that I work in, we're your customer, and we love your service because you guys have gone over and above to make sure that guys like me on the air every day have the awesome internet connection, and that boy, it's stable and solid and just fast.
Well, that's kind of an important thing today. You know, we look around and we look at where technology is going with everything, and you know, gosh darn it, everybody is so dependent upon that, and we know that we need to do everything we can to make sure that it is highly reliable, and also that people, when the day is done, that it's affordable, reliable, but really what it comes down to is they have a really good experience.
And I know you'll understand what I say when you say this, is you want to be the company that that folks are happy with your service and happy with what you do, but they don't want everybody to know your name at the end of the day, because then something's not working. You want to kind of fly under the radar and just be that stable, constant company.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. You know, in a lot of ways, we're no different than like your power company, utility company. As long as your lights are on, everything's working fine, everybody's happy. And when they're not, then they're looking for your number.
And I know, speaking of Briar Cliff here, you're the Hall of Fame sponsor, and as you said, it's important to be out and about in the community, but as the sports fan that you are, just coming out and watch some good basketball has got to be fun, isn't it?
Oh, gosh, you know, and really, you know, sitting here watching and just finishing up the girls' game, you know, the intensity and the speed that the girls were playing at, and I was really impressed at both teams and how hard and right up to the end, no matter what the score was, they were fighting.
It's cool that a team like Concordia, the defending national champions, happen to be in this conference, and when they come in, the Charger women definitely up their game today. But with the Hall of Fame experience and you being a part of that, Jeff, just got to be fun to see some old faces. I know you've been around this community and around sports for long enough to remember Jake Shipley playing and know Angie Christensen and what she does. And if you're going to golf, don't golf with Teresa Kane, because she's probably going to win.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, Briar Cliff, you know, both men's and women's basketball here have been, you know, they've got quite the history and everything, and they're always competitive from that standpoint of view, and it's always enjoyable to come out and watch. And I would encourage anybody, if you get an opportunity, to come and see these young athletes, or I should say young adults out here playing, and they'll give you a great experience.
And when you talk about Fibercom, Jeff, for folks that are interested in learning more about your services, kind of give us the rundown, the menu, so to speak, and how we contact you, because for a lot of businesses, you're the point person that we go through.
Well, sometimes that's true. Sometimes that we've got quite a great team.
No, you really do.
Of all kinds of people, and quite honestly, they're the ones that really make things happen. And again, you know, I encourage anybody, you've got questions, anything like that, you know, give us a call. Our local number here is 224-2020. Certainly, you can find us online at fibercom.net, and you know, we're always happy to, you know, answer any questions, talk through technology. We're here. I tell people a lot of times, you know, I'm happy, you know, come use and abuse us, ask us questions as far as technology goes. And if we can do something for you, great. If not, maybe I've helped you in another way.
Well, I was going to say, though, but you just made a very important point there, that when we call that local number, you're a boots-on-the-ground company.
That's
and you're
correct.
not going to sit behind the telephone and say, well, let's try this, or have you rebooted. he'll say, hey, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, one of the things that I've always been so proud of our staff and things and over the years is that many times when there are issues, and unfortunately there's always going to be issues, none of this technology is perfect. And I always enjoy it a lot when the customer didn't even know there was a problem, but our guys show up and say, hey, we've got a problem, and that's always rewarding for us, and customers seem to really appreciate that.
It's cool stuff. You have a great local business in Fibercom, and Jeff, we appreciate your sponsorship and continue to be a part of the Briarcliff Athletic Program, because it's guys like you and businesses like yours that you help represent that makes it so fun. So thank you very, very much.
You bet, JB. And hey, again, thank you for what you're doing here. Obviously, the play-by-play and everything for the streaming for Briarcliff, and that's sure appreciative, and thanks for your time.
It's a lot of fun.
You
Good
bet.
to talk to you, Jeff.
You bet.
Jeff Zizda from Fibercom here on the Charger Sports Network at BCUchargers.com. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. We'll set up men's basketball coming up next. 11-9 Chargers, 13-5 Concordia on the way. Welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center on the Chargers Sports Network at BCUChargers.com. I'm Justin Barker as we are joined by another Hall of Famer. Had Angie Christensen on earlier, but kind of young to be a Hall of Famer in my opinion. Jake Shipley joining us. And Jake, when I got to call your games up here, you kind of started a trend from for me in that I've called someone every year since about you were here, the sharpshooter. You kind of started that. You were amongst the guys that started that when a three was needed, you and Forbes were there.
Yeah.
And you guys were the guys. But take us back a little bit before you started your Briarcliff career. What led you to choose Briarcliff?
Yeah, so in high school I had been getting recruited from a couple different schools and came up here on a visit. Actually had a pretty good connection with Coach Barry at the time, was here. His brother was my middle school principal.
Awesome.
So we had that connection before the visit, took the visit, loved it here, had a really good connection with the coaching staff at the time, and just felt like it was home, so made the decision to come up here and play.
Now, I've always said about Coach Barry that everything you think about the nicest guy in the world is Coach Barry. Is that true?
That is 100% true. You can't find a better human being than Coach Barry. I mean, if there's someone out there that has something bad to say about Coach Barry, I'd like to talk to him.
I'd like to question their humanity.
Right, exactly.
So you come and you play for Coach Barry, and you really got to enjoy some unbelievable success here. But obviously it's with him being the coach, you have to earn it, and you have to do it the right way.
Definitely.
You have to be good in the classroom. So talk about when you came here, some of the teammates that you had that kind of left an impression on you that you were able to give back as you got into the later parts of your career here.
For sure. So when I got here, the team was really good when we got here, So I actually ended up playing JV as a freshman, which was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. Just being able to play, the 30 minutes, 35 minutes of a game rather than, just coming in for a couple minutes here and there as a freshman. But like you said, some of the guys that made an impression, Kyle Semprini, Matt Gielan, Chase Vanderfeen, those guys were all seniors my sophomore year, and they just knew how to win. They knew how to practice, they knew how to win. I took so much from those three guys, and there's plenty more too. But those three guys really made an impression on me as a player and just as a person in general.
And as you kind of made your way through your career, you get All-American honors a couple times. You're the GPAC Player of the Year. You score almost 1,500 points. But when you look at the career leaders here at Briarcliff, and you look at the list of players that have played here and the success that they've been able to enjoy, you got to be pretty proud of yourself of being able to step in and be a part of that and be a guy that teams now continue when they look back and they go, boy, that guy was good. I feel kind of good to be that guy sometimes.
I mean, it does feel good, but when I look back at it, it's definitely not just about me. I had great guys around me. I had, some of my best friends, Michael Collison, cleaning up everything I mistakenly did on defense, which was a lot. John Engler, one of my best friends, setting screens, making the right pass, Ben Sitzman, just and those three guys I mentioned before, Taylor Murrin. I had some great teammates around me that put me in the position, to be where I am today. So.
And how fun is it for you to come back in? And I know we'll talk about your career path here in a second, but to be able to come back in and see Eric Erdman, who unfortunately was hurt in his senior season, but he didn't want to give up basketball. He didn't want to go away from basketball, and he's on the bench giving back to this program. He's kind of handed over the reins to Jackson Lamb, and the foundation that was set by Coach Barry so long ago is that path is continuing, and then you get to come in as a fan now and sit down and go, boy, these guys are darn fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the game has changed so much. It's so fast-paced, but, one thing about Briarcliff is that it really is, talk about family and a culture. You build relationships with the guys that maybe you didn't even play with. You have those relationships, come back to watch a game, and you hang out with them for a little bit. It just feels like a family atmosphere all the time. So Eric was such a good player. Jay Wolf, same grade. Those guys were just unbelievable guys. to coach and try to help them along their way. But man, they were so good.
Yeah, I guess you could say Eric kind of followed in a path that you had and coached here for a couple of seasons. Talk about the after you graduated from here of wanting to continue to be a part of the program and then kind of where you're at today.
Yeah, so when I graduated, I wanted to keep playing. I think that's everyone's dream. So, I tried overseas stuff, and it just ended up not working out. Went to a couple different schools, played against Briarcliff a lot, so I gained a good respect and a different view of it, just playing against them and coaching against them. And then I had the opportunity to come back here as an assistant and, just kind of have that passion again for Briarcliff basketball and just put everything I could into it. And then, seeing other guys, former players, step into that same role, Forbes, Erdman, it's awesome. I mean, you can't think of anything better.
It really is cool. And what are you up to today? And
Yep, so now I just took a new job about 6 months ago as a recruiter for a staffing recruiting agency. So right here in Sioux City, still able to come to all the home games, be a fan, so that's awesome.
And it is cool to be able to come back as a fan and take a look at that. But you decided to put your roots here in Siouxland, which I think is really cool. Tell us a little bit about the company you work for. And I know headhunter is the term that everybody uses, but is that kind of what you do?
Yeah, that's basically what I do. So our company, we basically just talk to different companies, ask them, what's your needs? Do you have hiring needs right now? And then if they do, we have a contract with them, and then I'm the guy that kind of goes and finds those people to step into those roles and cover a maintenance position, cover a professional administration position, just all that. So a lot of phone work. Yeah,
I was going to say, so would it be safe to say that no 2 days, no 2 hours are alike sometimes with the needs of your clients and what they're looking for?
That is exactly right. It is ever changing, and it's just nonstop.
That's pretty cool stuff.
It is. So it's actually a lot like coaching basketball.
Sure.
You're doing a lot of phone work, talking to guys, talking to people, figuring out what they want in life rather than what they want in college. So I felt like I had a good background in it. So yeah,
that's great stuff. And from a community standpoint, it's awesome that you were able to come in here as a student athlete and obviously be able to obtain success in the classroom and on the court and leave here and give back to the program the way that you did, and now come here as a fan the way that you did. It kind of speaks for Briarcliff as a whole and what they're all about.
Definitely.
And now a Hall of Famer.
Yep, that's still crazy to me right now, honestly. Still letting it soak in a little bit.
It's a well-deserved honor, and you are the exact definition of what we want a Hall of Famer to be here at Briarcliff. So congratulations to you, sir, and look forward to seeing you down on the court at halftime, and go watch this team and have some fun.
Definitely. Well, I really appreciate that.
Thanks a lot, Jake. Appreciate it. Jake Shipley here on the Charger Sports Network at BCUChargers.com. As we get ready for men's basketball, we'll see any thoughts you could give to Coach Figuera here. Go fast, play hard, shoot a lot of threes.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Dig it. Hands up on defense.
Try some defense today.
And before I let you go, though, a couple of nights ago, Jackson Lamb made a couple of bonehead plays and got this unbelievable stare from Marks Figuera.
I've had that stare before.
Okay, so I jokingly said on the broadcast, he just got the look. And the private Twitter messages I got from former coaches, former players, and fans like, oh, yeah, I've got that too.
I've had that as a player and as an assistant coach, so I've had both sides of it.
He's an awesome dude, isn't he?
I think the assistant coach look is a lot worse, I'll tell you that much.
All right, Jake, go enjoy some basketball.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
again,
you.
buddy.
Appreciate it.
Jake Shipley here on the Chargers Sports Network. Time for the starting lineups from the Newman Flanagan Center. And here we go. The Chargers starting lineup looks this way for Coach Marks Figuera. So I get my bearings in place. Here we go. All right, time to take a look at the Charger 5. For Coach Marks Figuera and the BCU Chargers, Jake Carley wears number 11. Carley, a 6-foot-tall sophomore from Trainer, Iowa. Number 22 is Ethan Friedel. Friedel, a 6-foot-tall junior from T, South Dakota. Jackson Lamb, the sharpshooter, 6'4" senior from Greenfield, Iowa. Nick Hoyt wears number 24, a 5'11" freshman from Harrisburg, South Dakota. Big Austin Ropeman in the middle. At 6'8" tall, the junior out of Pocahontas, Iowa. Meanwhile, for the Concordia Bulldogs, their starting lineup is as follows. Brevin Shoup wears number 3, a 5'9" senior from Seward, Nebraska. Wearing number 5 is Carter Kent, a 6'2" sophomore from Crete, Nebraska. Justin Wiersma wears number 10, a 6'3" sophomore from Loveland, Colorado. Number 21 is Tanner Shook, a 6'4" senior from Grand Island, Nebraska. And number 30, rounding out the Concordia Bulldog starting lineup, is Coley Beal. Beal, a 5'8" senior from Grand Island, Nebraska. Concordia Bulldogs are coached by Ben Limbach in his 7th season for the Dogs. They are 13-5 overall, 6-4 inside the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The Chargers 11-9, 2-8 inside GPAC play. So again, it's Carly, Friedel, Lamb, Hoyt, and Roteman, the starting 5 for Briarcliff, averaging 88.2 points per game. They allow 82.5. Concordia averaging 78.6. They give up 68.9. Chargers have lost 3 straight after a 3-game winning streak. Concordia has won 6 consecutive following a 4-game losing streak. Underway here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Chargers travel from right to left. Here in the first half of basketball on this GPAC Saturday. Hoyt into the corner. Friedel for 3, no good. Rebounded by Brevin Shoup. Brevin Slope, sorry. I can't read my own handwriting. Way to go, knucklehead. That'd be me. I'll take that one. Bulldogs with a basketball. 3-pointer up top. Kent off the mark, no good. Friedel with the rebound for the Chargers. Roteman bounces over to Ethan Friedel. Back in the lineup after he missed a number of games for injury. Hoyt in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound pulled in by Tanner Shook. Minute gone here in the first half of basketball in our Hall of Fame Saturday doubleheader. Beal with it. Beal sets a screen. Slope for 3 at the top, no good. Roteman with the rebound for Briarcliff. Still looking for points today, but just a minute and 10 seconds in. Friedel comes off a Jackson Lamb screen. He's got Roteman up top. Nick Hoyt for 3, top of the key, in and out, no good. Wiersma with the rebound. And we got to travel far side on Carter Kent. So it'll go back to Briarcliff. Roteman wants to drive. Roteman right side. Lay in good. Nice drive by Big Austin Roteman. Roteman coming in, averaging 9.2 a contest. Slope gets rid of it. Shook dribbles to the free throw line. He hands it off to Wiersma. Wiersma backs in. Out to Kent. Kent cut off on the baseline. Out top, 3 for Wiersma. In and out, no good. 2-0 Chargers. Carly cuts backdoor, nothing to it. Lamb for a long 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound pulled in by Wiersma and the Bulldogs. Slope comes off a Beal screen, continues his dribble, cut off by Hoyt. Wiersma drives left into the paint and stops. He puts on the brakes, out to Shook. Shook drives over Roteman. Block foul coming to Austin Roteman. Basket is good and a 3-point play chance coming up. So Roteman collects his first. Free throw is no good, and Roteman pulls in the rebound. Friedel to Roteman. Friedel sets the screen for Lamb and gets the basketball. Fed into Lamb. Lamb turns around, fades away, banks it in from the side. Nice basket by Jackson Lamb. Favor returned by Kent. And it's 4-4 early on. 16:45 to play. Lamb hits the cutting Friedel with a pass. Out to Carly in the corner for three. Well short, off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Wiersma. Wiersma looked to go the distance. Cut off. Slope with it. Right wing to Beal. Beal sets a screen on Carly. Kent throws far side. Bounce down to Beal, trying to back his way in on Roteman. Beal turns, goes left, shoots, and scores. Beal makes it 6-4. Beal, the 6'8 freshman. Or 6'8 senior, sorry. Friedel, right elbow jumper off the mark, no good. Slope with the rebound. Top side, gets a screen, continues to drive, but an offensive foul. Moving screen by Beal. Be the first against the Bulldogs. Cody Hicks into the lineup for the Chargers. Connor Groves as well, couple of freshmen. Groves 6'1 out of Sergeant Bluff. Cody Hicks, a 6'5 freshman from Janesville, Iowa. Hicks has had some big plays over the last couple of home games here. Speaking of freshmen, Nick Hoyt will bring it up. He'll join Friedel and Lamb on the floor. Lamb started a drive, was stopped by a foul. That'll go to Tanner Shook. His first, team's second. Hall of Fame inductions coming up at halftime. Local media partner KSCJ Radio will have their video stream up for that so that we could have another camera down courtside. And we'll have Kevin Potabom's public address announcement of all that as well. Lamb throws far side. Groves set for three, no good. Rebound to Tanner Shook. Both teams struggling from the field to start this one. Kent drives on Lamb. Kent gets in, puts it up and over to Lamb and scores. Carter Kent, leading scorer, 15.1 points per game per contest for Concordia with the basket. 8-4 as Groves leaves it off for Cody Hicks. Back to Groves. Hicks sets a screen. Groves throws to Hoyt instead. Hicks calling for it inside. Can't get around Ryan Holt to get the pass. Holt, 6'5 junior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. As Lamb will be fouled on his drive attempt by Wiersma. His first. Hoyt will inbound for BCU after getting the indicator from Coach Svigera on what play he wants. Hicks open at the top, won't take the three, wants to screen for Lamb, but settles down into the lane instead. Lamb drives, dumps through the paint to Hicks, shot off the mark. Good play, just good to go. Running, lay in, good. Ryan Holt. Boy, I thought he had too much momentum heading underneath the basket. He was able to softly put it up and in. Got to give him credit. 10-4 Concordia. Left for Hicks at the top of the key where he's wide open. Friedel dribbles down the paint. Friedel lays it up, banks it in off the window. Ethan Friedel, his first basket. Has got to play in 11 of the 20 games for the Chargers, but like we said, with that injury, lost 9 games this season. Holt drives baseline, lays it up left side, no good. Cody Hicks with a rebound. Connor Groves with a long three, no good. Rebounded by Concordia. Far side corner for Shook. He'll dribble towards the free throw line. Shot is off the mark. Left off the front of the rim. Lamb will be fouled by Ryan Holt. His first, team's fourth. Carly and Roteman back in for the Cliff. Brevin Slope back in for Concordia. Good crowd, especially with the weather here at the Newman Flanagan Center. most of northwest Iowa, northeast Nebraska, and southeast South Dakota. Got plenty of rain and ice. Three-pointer by Lamb. Some slippery roads over the last day and a half. Kent drives left side, lay in, no good, fouled, I believe by Carly. Team's second. That'll put Carter Kent on the free throw line. 74% free throw shooter on the season. (10-9) is your score. Kent hits 1 of 2. He's got 5. Shot off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Gage Smith of Concordia. 6'5" sophomore. Three-pointer good from long range, Carter Kent. He's got 8. Groves on the drive. He'll stop and pop and shoot and score. Good play by Connor Groves. Fed inside but out of bounds. Looking for Carter Kent down low. Turned over to Briarcliff. Third turnover of the day for the Bulldogs. 14-11. Chargers with the basketball. Lamb will drive to the low block and throw it back up top for Austin Roteman. Roteman to Lamb. Lamb will find Hoyt. Then over near side for Carly. Back up top for Roteman. Roteman thought about a drive. Carly traveled. Turnover back to Concordia's Coach Figueroa says, hey, just relax. We'll be all right. Take your time. A lot of time to be had. 31 minutes of game time here. Be patient. Get a good shot. 14-11. Fed to Gage Smith. Smith in the corner to Slope. Slope back to Smith. Open for 3. No good. Rebound just kind of lazily fell off the rim. Like it took all spin off of that ball. Chargers come out with it. Lamb drives. Lamb sets up Groves in the corner for 3. Good. Connor Groves with 5. Tied at 14. Ryan Holt holds. Sam Scarpelli with a basketball. He just checked in. 5'9" junior from Portland, Oregon. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Off the hands of Slope. Rebounded by Jackson Lamb. Hoyt cuts through traffic. Out for Roteman up top. Roteman for 3, no good. Rebound to Ryan Holt. It's a good look, though. Roteman can hit that shot down. He has knocked it down a few times, multiple times, and doesn't mind taking it when he's wide open. He won't hurry it or rush it at all, but takes it wisely when the opportunity presents itself. Left side drive, reverse lay-in, good. Brevin Slope, slick move. 16-14, Bulldogs back to the lead, midway point here of the first half. Roteman. Hands off to Groves, back over to Roteman, who bounces down to Lamb, fouled from behind by Kent, his first, team's 5th. Friedel and Tony Bonner in for the Chargers. Shook and A.J. Watson in for Concordia. Watson, 5'8" freshman from Bonner Springs, Kansas. Inbound to Lamb, running right-hander, well off the mark, no good. Slope on the run, lost it out. Concordia keeps it, last touch by a Charger. Fouled on the shot attempt is Gage Smith. So the foul goes to Jake Carley, his second. Team's third. Free throw off the mark for Gage Smith. His second attempt on the way with his team up by 2. And it's good, making his team up by 3. His first point of the game, 17-14. Friedel to Bonner. Bonner well out of his range, looking to give it back to Friedel. Friedel drives in traffic, running right-hander, floats it up, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Slope, baseline, back up top for Watson. Watson drives around Hoyt and will entice him into a foul. First for Hoyt, 4th team foul, timeout on the floor. Full timeout. We'll take a break as well here on the Charger Sports Network. We'll be right back.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Coming out of the timeout, it is Concordia basketball. They've got a 3-point lead and 20 on the shot clock, down to 15. Slope starts a drive, gets into heavy traffic, turns, throws to Watson. Across the top over to Smith. Smith fires for 3 with 5 of the shot clock. Off the mark, no good. Friedel will get the rebound after Bonner blocked Beal well out of the way. Friedel retreats back to Carley. And a Lamb over to Ethan Friedel. Friedel lost his footing. Lamb there, fouled by Tanner Shook. That'll be his second. Team 6th. So the next foul will put the Chargers on the free throw line. As Lamb begins to play with a bounce pass over to Hoyt. Bonner up top, safety valve. Bonner gives it back to Jackson Lamb. Lamb top of the key, doesn't have enough room to shoot. Hoyt trying to draw on the defense. Friedel will have to take a long 3. It's off the mark, no good. Gage Smith high points it for Concordia and gets the rebound. Left off for Watson on the wing. Watson, top of the key for Shook, near side for Smith. 3-pointer on the way for Shook, no good. Rebounded by Watson in the near corner. Doesn't have a ton of work, so he'll dribble back towards the top. Slope. Fouled by Nick Hoyt. Fouls piling up for both teams already. 2 for Carley, 2 for Hoyt. Connor Grove's going to have to check back in. Creighton leading Providence at halftime, 41-37 in Big East play. 8:07 to play in the first half here, 17-14. Kind of a big lull here offensively for both teams. Shook down to Beal, back up top. Shook for three, good. Tanner Shook for three. 20-14. Groves, free throw line, jumper in heavy traffic. He buries it. He's got 7. Slope. Open momentarily for 3, no good. Bonner with the rebound. Friedel wants a long 3. That's no good. Bonner with the offensive rebound. And Beal hooked him on the rebound. That'll be Beal's second, team's 7th. So Tony Bonner at the free throw line. Big bend of the knees for Tony Bonner, and the free throw is good. He'll earn another. So what would normally be a GPAC Saturday has turned into a GPAC Sunday and into Monday. Bonner hits both. Briarcliff and Concordia and Dort and Morningside, the only 2 doubleheaders that are being played today. And Morningside Dort will be a 6 and 8 o'clock tip-off time, so we won't have any conference scores for you at all today. Drive by Kent, high off the window, no good. Beal had the rebound go through his hands. Will Johnson in for Briarcliff, running left-hander for Slope, good. So Doane and Jamestown tomorrow, Mount Marty at Hastings tomorrow, Dakota Wesleyan at Midland tomorrow, and College of St. Mary at Northwestern be played on Monday. As we said, Dort and Morningside 6 and 8 o'clock. Roteman backs in. Roteman underneath. Basket good. Austin Roteman. 22-20. Nice left side baseline drive. Blocked from behind. 3-pointer in the corner. No good. From Slope. Rebounded by BCU. Lamb into the paint in heavy traffic. Left-hand lay-in. Good. Jackson Lamb has 7 and a timeout by Coach Ben Limback. A 30-second timeout on the floor. Tied at 22. Hall of Fame inductions coming up at halftime today. We'll have that for you on our stream here on YouTube, but if you want a up-closer look, go to the Briarcliff Hall of Fame story page or the BCUchargers.com on the Hall of Fame weekend schedule page. There's a yellow hyperlink that will take you to KSCJ, a local radio station here in town's KSCJ TV. That'll be a double dribble called against Justin Wiersma. Turnover back to the Chargers, the station I happen to work for, and Kevin said, hey, let's make this cool for Hall of Fame weekend. Can we use your streaming service since we both really use the same one? I said, absolutely. So brought some equipment up and partnered up there. Glad to be a partner with Briarcliff and all that we can do. Lamb drives, left-hand lay-in, up and over the rim, no good. And against some great defense, saved in by Beal. Near side for Kent, who traveled. Turnover back to the Cliff. Some top 25 college hoops. Houston big over 16th ranked Wichita State 47-25. 23rd ranked Texas Tech over Iowa State right now 43-34. 11:42 to play in the ball game of that one. Number 2 Baylor a winner earlier. Jackson Lamb long three good. Lamb with 10. Wiersma near side drives into the paint where he's cut off by Roteman. He'll flip it back up top. Shook. Near side for Kent. Kent will drive. Kent shoots over Roteman. Off his left hand, no good. Friedel fouled on the rebound attempt. Friedel will go to the free throw line on the foul committed by Wiersma, his second, team's 8th. So Ethan Friedel steps up and calmly knocks the first one down. He's got 3. Friedel's second is off the mark, too strong, but the Chargers lead 26-22. .445 to go here in the first half. Shook, nice drive left side. He'll lay it up and in over Roteman. Roteman never really to square his body up and try to deter him from his way to the bucket. Will Johnson will drive. He'll leave it off beautifully for Roteman, whose reverse lay-in attempt is no good, but he's fouled by Ryan Holt. Johnson, the 5'11 junior, getting some nice playing time. Quinn Vesey set to check in as well for Briarcliff. Free throw for Roteman, no good. Vesey in for Friedel. So Austin Roteman will have one more. Free throw for Roteman is good. Austin's got 5. Scarpelli will dribble up top for Concordia. Off to Kent. Near side for Gage Smith. Smith looks at a few cutters, nothing doing. Back to Scarpelli at the top. Scarpelli drives, and he'll be leaned on and fouled by Will Johnson. Johnson's first, team's 6th. Long 3 at the top, no good from Scarpelli. Lamb open for 3, left wing, off the mark, no good. Rebound poked around inside, it'll be a foul. I think Vesey will get it. His first, team's 7th. So a couple of free throws coming for Ryan Holt. Free throw is good. Holt has 3. Second one is good. So Ryan Holt hits both and cuts the lead back to 1. 27-26. Groves and Lamb exchange passes. Carley comes around the top of the circle to Vesey. Groves left open, free throw line fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound to Ryan Holt. He did a good job of creating some separation between he and his defender. Unable to get it to go. Wiersma will leave it off for Carter Kent. Thrown away. VC with a steal. VC will try to win the race to the rim. Basket, no good, but he's fouled. Carter Kent picks up his second. That's the team's 10th. 5 players with 2 fouls for the Bulldogs is how that math works so far. Quinn VC at the free throw line, off the front of the rim, no good. Second one for VC is good. He gets to roll. 28-26. 3:05 to play here in the first half. Bulldogs with the basketball. Kent looks inside. Foul coming to Carly. He tried to go around Gage Smith, but that'll be Carly's 3rd and the team's 8th. Smith hits the first, so it's 28-27. Second one good as well for Gage Smith. 28 on the scoreboard, 2:58 to play. Over to Groves. Friedel starts a drive. Friedel traveled. He did indeed. So the turnover puts it in the hands of the Bulldogs with Scarpelli and now Wiersma. Wiersma bumped off of his drive by Groves. Gage Smith drives from the left to the right and lays it up and in for his 5th point. (38-30), but Will Johnson with the answer on his drive will tie it again at 30. Kent to Scarpelli. Scarpelli lost his footing. That'll be a travel. Good pressure defensively by the Chargers. Defense by both teams throughout the first half of this game has been really, really good. So the freshman VC out of Indianola, Iowa, the Indianola Indians. He'll bring it up the floor, but now it's stolen. Wiersma with a steal. Wiersma, basket, good. Fouled from behind by Lamb. And one opportunity for Justin Wiersma. Free throw is good for Wiersma. He rattles it home. He's got 3. Friedel has it. BC pulls it out of the air. BC underneath to Friedel. Friedel looks across the top. Groves wants a 3. No good. Watson right side. Watson turns. Now slashes down the paint. Off the front of the rim. No good. Friedel with the rebound. Taken away by Watson. He'll hand it to Wiersma. Wiersma spins right after going left. Left it off the rim. No good. And Lamb calls timeout. Well, Coach Figueroa called timeout. Lamb just did what he was told. That's how that works. 47 seconds left, 33-30. .9 seconds left in the first half. Our Square Tire halftime show will come up here in just a minute. Charger basketball with Connor Groves. Groves threw it away looking for Lamb far side. So A.J. Watson will go to work for the Concordia Bulldogs at the top of the key. Far side for Kent. Kent looks left where he's cut off by VC. Watson wanted to step back and shoot a three. Instead, it'll be Kent firing for three. No good. Lamb tips the rebound over to Friedel, and the Chargers will hold for the last shot because that's what Coach Figueroa said they're going to do. 13 seconds left. Drive by Friedel off the mark, no good. Gage Smith with the rebound. Smith off to the races with one. Long three. Slope, no good. And it's halftime here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Concordia has hustled their way to a 3-point lead over the Chargers. And we go to halftime 33-30 here at the Newman Flanagan Center. The Concordia Bulldogs have the lead, and we'll take a timeout. We'll have our Square Tire halftime show on the way.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
And welcome back to the Square Tire Halftime Report here on the Chargers Sports Network at BCUChargers.com. 33-30 is your halftime score. Individual scoring in the first half for the Chargers. Jackson Lamb led the way with 10. Connor Groves with 7. Austin Roteman with 5. Ethan Friedel with 3. Tony Bonner and Will Johnson with 2 each. And Quinn Vesey hit a free throw. Chargers playing today without Jaden Klein-Hesselink, who all I know is Kevin Potabon, the sports information director, said he was limping yesterday. So that's the extent of my knowledge, unfortunately, on that. For Concordia, Carter Kent leads the way with 8. Tanner Shook with 7. Gage Smith with 5. 4 each from Brevin Slope and Ryan Holt. Cooley Beal has 2. And Justin Wiersma did hit a 3. Briarcliff shooting 11 of 31, 36% shooting on the day, 3 of 17 beyond the arc, 5 of 8 at the free throw line. For Concordia, 12 of 30 to this point in the contest, 2 of 14 beyond the arc, 7 of 10 at the free throw line. Concordia out rebounding Briarcliff 21-19. 3 assists, 7 turnovers for the Chargers, 4 assists, 6 turnovers for Concordia. Bench scoring 12-9 for Briarcliff. Points in the paint 20-16 for Concordia. Second chance points 5-2 for Concordia. Points off of turnovers 6-3 in favor of the Bulldogs. Largest lead 6 by Concordia. Largest lead 4 by Briarcliff. Score's been tied 6 times, and the lead has changed hands 3 times here on Hall of Fame Saturday. Our 3 Hall of Famers in the class of 2020. Teresa Kane, a golfer from 1990 to 1994. The inaugural NAIA Women's Golf Invitational Tournament medalist. National Golf Coaches Association All-American, NAIA medalist at the NGCA Women's Tournament. 5-time medalist as a senior. 2-time All-District honoree. And averaged 81.8 as a senior. I like to golf. Not very good at it. But that's really good. 81 could be 9 holes for me at some point. It's probably happened. She was also a part of more than 20 team tournament victories here at Briarcliff. Angie Christensen was the second team softball All-American District Player of the Year. Most hits in a single season, 76. Number 1 in single season and career batting averages, 469 for a season, 403 for a career. She's also number 2 on the single season rebounding chart with 308 rebounds in a season. Averaged 8.5 points, 8.2 rebounds per game on the hardwood. NAIA scholar athlete and an assistant coach for a couple of seasons here on Briarcliff's team that made their way all the way to 38-0 before getting knocked off at the NAIA National Tournament. And Jake Shipley from men's basketball, two-time All-American, first-team All-American as a junior, 2012 GPAC Player of the Year, three-time All-GPAC first-teamer, 1,485 career points, 430 rebounds, 167 career three-pointers, 5 career double-doubles. He led the Chargers to 2 straight NAIA tournament appearances. Also served as an assistant coach for 2 years as the Chargers made the NAIA quarterfinals both seasons. Congratulations, Teresa Kane, Angie Christensen, and Jake Shipley. It's our Square Tire halftime show as it rolls on. We get ready for the second half, 33-30. Concordia leads Briar Cliff on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com.
When coming to Briar Cliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briar Cliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
And a big thank you to our Square Tire. Square Tire, our halftime show sponsor here on the Charger Sports Network. at bcuchargers.com. Congratulations to Teresa Kane, Angie Christensen, and Jake Shipley, our Hall of Famers for the 2020 class. Time for second half basketball. 33-30, Concordia has the lead. Bulldogs will have the basketball first. Chargers travel from left to right. I have a feeling one of these teams is going to heat up behind the arc, and the first one that does might be victorious here today. 33-30. Teams are combined 5 of 31 beyond the arc today, which obviously uncharacteristic for the Chargers to be 3 of 17 at this point, but Concordia has not shot near as many three-point baskets as Briarcliff coming into the game, but pacing right along with them today. Slope off a screen over to Wiersma. Wiersma will drive. Wiersma dumps it off underneath to Kent, who muscles it up, but no good. Rebounded by Jackson Lamb. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Jackson. Hoyt off the dribble around Wiersma. Lay in no good. Too strong off the rim. Or off the back of the window, sorry. Missed the rim completely. 19:20 to play here in the ball game. 33-30. Concordia has the lead, looking for the first points here in the second half. Shook wants a three. Good. Tanner Shook for 3. He's got 10. First Bulldog in double figures. As Hoyt hustles, brings it into the offensive zone for Briarcliff. Ethan Friedel down to Roteman. Roteman backs in Beal and muscles his way in for the bucket. Austin Roteman with 7. 36-32 game. Beal hands it right back to Slope. Slope underneath the low block to Beal. Over Roteman, good. Cooley Beal with the basket. Beal collects his 4th point of the game. Hoyt for 3, up top, no good. Rebound into the hands of Carter Kent. Wiersma collects far corner. Wiersma drives underneath the bucket. He'll dump it off near side. Slope for 3, good. Well, 2 threes already here in the second half for the Bulldogs, and a timeout by Coach Figuera. 42-31. It's the biggest lead of the day for Concordia. Their previous biggest lead was just 6. So Coach Figuera wants to stop this before it gets started. I want to thank the Charger Foundation sponsors that support Charger athletics, including Delta Hotels by Marriott, South Sioux City Riverfront, L&L Builders, Ward Electric Company, Minerva's Food and Cocktails, Bob Rose Point After, Absolute, and Absolute Screen Art. As well as Hy-Vee, the CNOS Foundation, Heartland Chiropractic Associates, Great Southern Bank, One-Eyed Jacks, and Wall of Fame, Creative Embroidery. Thank you for your ongoing commitment here to Briarcliff University Athletics. We appreciate it a ton. That's why we get to do these things on the Charger Sports Network. 41-32 your score with a tick under 18 minutes to play. 9-point lead for Concordia, biggest lead of the day. Chargers come out of the timeout with the basketball. And Jake Carley will inbound Austin Roteman. Nick Hoyt will run the point for Briarcliff to Roteman at the high post. Handing it off to Friedel, who drives baseline. Friedel's shot blocked down by Beal. Kent dribbles it up for Concordia and across the top. Slope thought about a 3, won't take it. Fed down to Shook in the corner. Back to Beal, hands it back to Shook. Shook will drive. Cut off nicely by Carly. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Slope doesn't use a Beal screen. Now Beal has to set it again. Slope drives up and over Roteman, no good. Beal's putback, no good. They're going to get Friedel on the foul. They're knocking down, well, he kind of knocked down Beal, I guess, or knocked him over. Friedel fell to the floor. His first. Team's first. So Beal will be at the free throw line. 60% free throw shooter. First one is no good. (14 of 23 on the season from the free throw line is Beal. Second one is good. He gets 1 of 2 and a lead for the first time today to double figures. 42-32. Hoyt enters the offensive zone for Briarcliff to Roteman. Over to Jackson Lamb. Lamb drives and leaves it off. Friedel wants a three, blocked out of the air by Carter Kent. And a foul will slow things down. Foul to Nick Hoyt, his third, team's second. Connor Groves back into the Charger lineup. Hi. Back in play with Slope. Slope to Carter Kent. And Tanner Shook. Shook, top of the key for three. No good. Good box up by Roteman to clear Beal out of the way. And Connor Groves will bring it across the half-court stripe. Groves calls for Carly to come get it across the top for Jackson Lamb. Lamb will drive left, puts it up over the outstretched hand of Beal. No good. Slope with a rebound. He'll turn it up for Concordia. 16:35 to play in the ball game. Fed down to Beal. Back up top. Slope for three. No good. Rebound. Poked away by Beal, but into the hands of Connor Groves, or he'll slow it down. Coach Figuera calls the play. Ethan Friedel will start to run it. Roteman right wing. Looks off a three, won't take it. Carly hands to Ethan Friedel. Friedel with a few dribbles, and then passes to Roteman. Reverse lay into Groves on the backdoor feed. Good. Groves with 9. 42-34, 16 minutes to play here in the contest. Shook looks over his cutters, nothing doing. Beal, top of the key, will be the safety valve. He'll set a screen. Slope for three. Good. Brevin Slope for three here on Hall of Fame weekend. We've got to talk to two of our three Hall of Famers. So now let's make it 3 of 3, which is par for the course. That was terrible, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. No pun intended there.
No, absolutely pun intended, as Beal knocks it down on Lamb's shot. Roteman put back, good. Teresa Kane, a Hall of Famer. How do you like the sound of that, Teresa?
Quite humbling, I must say. Very humbling.
Well, when you look at your body of work here at Briarcliff, I would say you humbled many a golfer in your day.
Possible.
Possible? You're about as good as they get.
I tried.
So what led you here to Briarcliff initially?
Lila Frummelt searched me out. Coach Frummelt searched me out, and that's how I ended up here. Brings back a lot of memories.
So you come here and you help become a part of a team that takes Briarcliff golf to a new height.
Yes.
Talk about some of your teammates, how they helped you become a better golfer, how the coaching staff, how the people around you, how the community of Briarcliff helped make this Hall of Fame resume a possibility.
Coach Frummelt, the team we had back then, I mean, she really, she recruited some of the best, and she instilled teamwork, dedication. We all helped each other. That's just kind of the coach and mentor she was. We actually had to sit and play bridge together. She made us play bridge because it was good concentration. So we did everything together. We helped each other. We cheered each other on. Everything was a team effort with her, and it was about helping others and dedication and commitment.
And it's really neat that you say what a team effort it was, because the mindset of it being an individual-based sport where you're in control of every shot you take, and you're in control of so many of those things that happen how neat is it to be a part of the team, but then get to enjoy some individual success? And how do you prepare individually that way?
How do you prepare individually? Not sure how I want to answer that. You mean as far as when you go out on the golf course?
Yeah, getting ready to compete. As you know that obviously you want to win as a team, but you also have a different goal in the fact that you want to win as an individual, which is different from team sports. In basketball, we have 5 guys out on the court right now that are competing as a team to win, where you not only want your team to win, but you're competing to win as well.
Right, and I think that was the joy of being on a golf team, because they did have individual awards and team awards. So, you know, it was kind of like when you won as an individual, you also won as a team when we had, you know, our team back then. That's kind of just the environment we created. And sometimes I really didn't look at it as an individualized sport, but you're right, it was. And we just kind of all helped each other. There was individual prizes, but yet there was also, the team. So it was kind of nice to do both. But I really didn't think about it as an individual when I was on the golf team, because it just, if it happened, it happened. But
and are you still incredibly active in golf?
I am not. I gave up golf in 2015. I went back to school and got my nursing degree in 11 months, and I landed a job at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm an oncology nurse there, and I love every minute of it.
So as you took the base of your college education here at Briarcliff and worked into a place at one of the most hallowed institutions of medicine in Johns Hopkins, how were you able to take some of the things you learned here at Briarcliff and those life lessons that have continued through your time?
Oh, I look back at the foundation that, Briarcliff built for me, basically. And, a lot of the values that Coach Frommel instilled in us, I do take forward. Compassion and dedication have gone forward ever since. So the foundation I got here at Briarcliff was extremely beneficial.
And on a day in and day out basis, you challenge yourself obviously in competition at a college level and with some pretty awesome academic standards here at Briarcliff, but every day when you walk into your job, it's got to be incredibly challenging, honest to goodness, not knowing what you're going to see that day.
It's correct. Yes, it's very, very challenging, very stressful, but the most rewarding job I've ever had. You're some of these patients, you're with them at their darkest days, and
Absolutely.
You're a stranger to them, and they become family, and it's kind of like the family we built at Briarcliff as a team too. You look back at that, and these patients become my family, and and we work through it together in their darkest times. So very rewarding job.
Well, and I my son, when he was 2, was diagnosed with cancer, and to look back, he's 13 today actually.
Oh wow, congratulations! That's a milestone.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But when I look back at the nursing staff, on the medical staff, and on the way that the positive attitude that you take into your job every day, how it affects families, is unbelievable. So a huge tip of the cap to you for what you do, because your positive attitude can change somebody every hour of every day.
And you don't know what that little thing could be. And, it's interesting because it's not just a nursing job. Oncology nursing entails, psychology. I could have become a psych nurse on top of it, because
Absolutely.
You need a lot of that and emotional, and then you're dealing with the family. So it can be very stressful, but to know that you helped that person over that hump is very rewarding. Yeah.
So how neat is it to come back to Briarcliff and poke around campus a little bit and kind of relive some memories?
It's actually, we did do a tour today. A couple of my girlfriends came back, so it did bring back some memories. And I started my first golf career here with Mitch Merrill at Sioux City Country Club. So, that brought back some memories. And, when I left Briarcliff, that's where I went and got my assistant job. And to see how the campus has changed has, been kind of fun.
Very cool to have you back, Teresa.
Thank
and you're a Hall of Famer, and that's pretty cool.
Thank you so
You deserve
much.
it.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
joining us.
All right.
Teresa Kane, our Hall of Famer today from the golf program, and she set a height that many would love to achieve and few have. So very deserving honor of a Hall of Fame nomination today, or induction today for Teresa Kane. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time
and
today.
good luck to you, and hopefully your son's feeling much better.
Oh, he's doing great.
Awesome.
It's cool.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
51-42
is your score. Jackson Lamb steps around the defender, lays it up, no good. Rebound pulled in by Gage Smith. Thanks to Teresa for spending some time with us here today. So very cool. Out of bounds to Briar Cliff. With 11 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the ball game. 51-42, time for the Chargers to make a little run here. Lamb penetrates, bounces through to Austin Ropeman, who will have the and one. 11 now for Ropeman. Make it 13 for Ropeman, sorry. The foul to Ryan Holt, his third. Team's third. So Ropeman will have a three-point play opportunity here. And the free throw is no good off the front of the rim. Run down by Slope for Concordia. Connor Groves encourages his teammates to step up defensively. As we near the midway point here in the second half, out top, Smith open for three, no good. And it hit the top, hit the shot clock, so it's out of bounds to Briar Cliff. With a chance to dig in a little deeper to the 7-point deficit. Hoyt will drive. Hoyt, had a good look, but out to Lamb for a better look for three. Good, Jackson Lamb. He's got 17. Lead cut to 4. Nice drive by Wiersma. Left hand lay in, good. Boy, he just went right to the basket. Beautiful play. 10:20 to go as Ropeman comes out to set a screen for Hoyt. Hoyt dumps it into the corner for Groves. Back to Hoyt, even further in the corner. Now back to Groves along the wing for Lamb. Lamb drives into the paint. He sets up Ropeman for a three in the corner, no good. Rebound pulled in by Slope. Slope wants to drive, shoots up and over Hoyt for the bucket. Brevin Slope. 15 for Slope today. 55-47. Three-pointer, Groves in the corner, no good. Rebound controlled by Kent. Carter Kent with 9:35 to play in the game. Slope thought about another three, wants to drive instead. He'll leave it off just outside the paint to Smith, who backs beyond the arc. Three-pointer, Slope, no good. Rebound snagged out of the air by Smith. Fired into Slope. Back out to Smith, thought about a three, won't take it, drives instead. His lane isn't strong enough, kind of sat on the rim for a second and fell away. Groves to Hoyt and Ropeman. Now to Friedel, back to Ropeman. He's got a step behind the defense, missed the lay-in, caught it and put it back up and in. Just got in a little too deep. 15 for Austin Ropeman. Sam Scarpelli. Over to Slope. Now to Kent. Back to Slope, top of the key, fires for three, good. Brevin Slope for three. And a timeout by the Bulldogs. 58-49, 8:40 to play in this afternoon's contest. Some top 25 college basketball for you. Plenty of final scores in already today. It's overtime. Oregon and Washington tied at 61. 10th ranked Kentucky over Arkansas, 73-66. Providence leads 25th ranked Creighton, 67-65, 4 minutes to go there. 24th ranked Illinois leading Northwestern, 47-44. Louisville and Duke just underway in the ACC. It was Houston over 16th ranked Wichita State. 65-54. Texas Tech down to Iowa State, 72-52. Number 2 Baylor, 75. Oklahoma State, 68. Florida over 4th-ranked Auburn, 69-47. DePaul over 5th-ranked Butler, 79-66. So Florida, check that, Auburn and Butler both with 2 losses this week. Number 6 Kansas, 66-57 over Texas. 9th-ranked Florida State, 83-79 over Miami. K-State upset number 12 West Virginia, 84-68. 14th-ranked Villanova, 61-55 over UConn. It was Maryland over Purdue. And 18th-ranked Seton Hall over St. John's, plus 20th-ranked Colorado loses to Arizona, 75-54. And Penn State upset 21st-ranked Ohio State, 90-76. Ohio State falls to 2-5 in the Big Ten. Three-pointer for Ethan Friedel, good. Friedel was 6. Nevada's at number 7, San Diego State later, and BYU will travel to take on number 1, Gonzaga. So most of the top 25 games either underway or done. Slope with another basket. Dude has taken over here in the second half. 16 second half points. He's got 20. And his team enjoys an 8-point lead. Hoyt for 3, good! Nick Hoyt's first points of the game. Slope in the corner, being guarded by Friedel. He gets a screen from Beal into the paint. Bonner cuts him off on the switch. Back to Slope, 15 on the shot clock, 7.5 to play. Shook, drives, Shook, basket, good, foul. Tanner Shook with 12. Free throw, good for Tanner Shook. 13 for Tanner. 63-55. Concordia doing a good job of weathering the 3-point attempts by the Chargers here. Or they connected threes lately. Bonner out to Groves. Groves jumped for it and had to bring it in. Hoyt trying to get it to Lamb. Hoyt to Bonner, back to Nick Hoyt. Hoyt boxed in to Lamb. Lamb had it taken away by Tanner Shook. Shook drives, lay in, good, right to the front of the rim. Nobody there to contest it. Lamb wants an open 3 at the top of the key and gets the roll. Jackson Lamb for 3, a big one. Lamb with 20. Timeout by Coach Mark Svigera and the Chargers. 65-58, 6 minutes, 44 seconds to play here on Hall of Fame weekend. Briarcliff men trail by 7, but fighting back. We'll be back right after this. Bulldog basketball coming out of the timeout. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the game. 65-58. Concordia has the lead. The Bulldogs with Beal. Beal drives. Beal high off the window, good. Beal has 7. Concordia sitting at 4th right now in the GPAC. Game and a half behind Mount Marty. 2 games behind Dakota Wesleyan. Lamb up top. Hoyt wants a long 3. No good. High rebound corralled by Beal. His 3rd rebound of the game to go along with 5 points. Slope comes around a screen from Beal at the free throw line. Out to Shook, down to Beal. Beal to Brevin Slope. Slope underneath the basket, won't do anything with it. Watson wants a 3. It's good. A.J. Watson, his first basket of the game, and it's a big one. Lead to 12, 70-58. Friedel, little pick and roll with Roteman. Shot off the left side, no good. Had it in a free throw or lay-in distance, but couldn't get it to go as Slope drives through traffic and traveled. Jake Carley back into the Charger lineup. Lamb will leave it off for Roteman at the top after getting a little bit of penetration. Friedel fouled on his 3-point attempt by Wiersma. That'll be Wiersma's 4th. Team's 4th. So Ethan Friedel will have 3 free throw attempts in front of him. 6 points on the day for Friedel. Free throw is good. Friedel, good. Hits all 3. He's got 9. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Roteman. Friedel had to take it away. The pass didn't all the way get to him. Wiersma left side laying good. Justin Wiersma with 7. 72-61. Friedel dribbles into the paint where he comes to a jump stop. Back to Lamb. Lamb cuts down the paint, throws it away. Shook with the steal. Watson for 3, open in the corner. Good. A.J. Watson. Couple of 3s for Watson. Lead swells to 14 with 4:20 to go. Hoyt goes the other way on the screen attempt by Roteman. Roteman turns, looks near side, and bounces to Lamb. Lamb wants a 3. Double pumps, shoots, and scores. Not sure how he hit that 3. Looked like he was just trying to initiate some contact, but made the 3. 3-pointer for the answer for Brevin Slope. 23 on the day for Slope. He and Lamb lead their teams with 23. Lamb to Hoyt. Hoyt wants a 3. That's no good. Rebounded inside by Wiersma. Quick outlet near side for Slope with 3:37 to play. Slope stops at the free throw line, shoots, and scores. Brevin Slope. 80-64, Concordia. Bulldogs trying to run away and hide. Beal goes for the steal, doesn't quite get it. Lamb and 2 others go to the deck. Lamb pops it up into the hands of Jake Carley. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time to work for the Chargers. Friedel drives, sees Beal, so shoots and airballs it over the rim and out of bounds. Cody Hicks into the Briarcliff lineup. (80-64) Concordia. 3 minutes to go. And a timeout by Coach Ben Limback. 30-second timeout. Providence leads Creighton 74-72, minute 15 to go. CHI Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Big East basketball. Jay's trying to stay in the top 25 with a bunch of those losses, and win today would probably keep them there. Both coaches with 2 timeouts remaining. It's Concordia basketball following the timeout, and Chargers running out of time here. BC and Johnson back in up top for the Chargers, along with Carly and Hicks. The steal, the basket, good for Will Johnson. 4 points today for Will. (80-66). Slope comes off a screen. Cut down by a double team. Kent drives baseline where he's stopped. Kent traveled, turnover back to Briarcliff. So Nick Hoyt will turn it up for the Chargers with 2:15 and counting. Carly to Hicks. Hicks out to Will Johnson to Jake Carly. Carly spins in the paint. Carly shoots and scores. Jake Carly. (80-68). 1:50 to go. Wiersma will drive down the paint where he's stopped, out to A.J. Watson. Watson steps through, passes to Kent in the corner. 9 on the shot clock. Watson drives, lost his footing. Out to Kent for 3, no good. Carly with the rebound. Carly feeds Nick Hoyt. Hoyt drives baseline, cut off, and out to Carly. Johnson up top wants a 3. That's short. No good. Rebounded by Ryan Holt. Minute to play. Taken away by the Chargers. Hicks tries to set a screen for VC, drives instead and lays it in from the right side. Quinn VC, he's got 3. 80-70. Down to 40 seconds left and a foul by Nick Hoyt. His 4th. And Nick Hoyt will check out of the game. For Thomas Hensley, who's in, 5'11" sophomore, with 30 seconds to play. We'll have our One-Eyed Jacks post-game show for you. We'll run down today's game. Will Johnson collects his 2nd foul, team's 5th. We'll run down today's action here in both sides of the doubleheader today. Unfortunately, it'd be a clean sweep for the Concordia Bulldogs as Slope drives. Basket good in an and one. Foul coming. BC tried to get the charge. Instead, he'll be tagged with the foul. Slope's free throw is good. Huge second half for Slope. He'll lead the way with 28 for Concordia today. On a day where the Chargers actually did a pretty solid job against Carter Kent, the leading scorer. He'll finish with 8 as VC will drive and be fouled with 11 seconds left. Justin Wiersma picks up his 4th. VC's free throw is good. 4 on the day now. VC's second is good. He'll finish with 5. And Concordia can dribble it out. And they'll do that and cruise their way to an 83-72 victory here today at the Newman Flanagan Center. Concordia with the victory. They improved to 14-5 overall, 7-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Chargers fall to 11-10, now 2-9 in GPAC play. So we'll give you a quick One-Eyed Jacks post-game show. Half-price appetizers always at One-Eyed Jacks before and after every Charger sporting event. So your final scoring here today. Briarcliff was led by Jackson Lamb with 23. They got 15 from Austin Ropeman. 9 each from Ethan Friedel and Connor Groves. 5 from Quinn Vesey. 4 from Will Johnson. 3 from Nick Hoyt. 2 from Tony Bonner and 2 from Jake Carley. Concordia, meanwhile, in victory today, led by Brevin Slope with 28 points. Tanner Shook with 15. Carter Kent with 8. Justin Wiersma with 7. Chloe Beal finished with 7. Ryan Holt with 7. Gage Smith with 5. Concordia shoots 47% on 31 of 66. Briarcliff finishes at 41% at 26 of 63. Beyond the arc, Concordia 10 of 30. Briarcliff 8 of 31. Free throw line, Concordia 11 of 15. The Chargers 12 of 16. 42 Concordia Bulldog rebounds to 33 for Briarcliff. 10 assists, 11 turnovers for the Cliff. 11 assists, 10 turnovers for Concordia. Bench scoring 20-18 for Briarcliff. Points in the paint 40-34 for Concordia. Second chance points 9-4 for Concordia. And points off of turnover 13-10 for Concordia. Chargers will be back in action on the road Wednesday. Men's women's doubleheader against the Northwestern Red Raiders. That'll be the next time out. Congratulations to our Hall of Famers, Teresa Kane, Angie Christensen, and Jake Shipley. Final scores on our One-Eyed Jacks postgame show. Women's game, Concordia 76. Briarcliff 64. Men's game, Concordia 83. And Briarcliff 72. On behalf of Megan and Kevin, the Sports Information Department here at Briarcliff, and the Hall of Famers that joined us today, and our sponsor, Jeff Zizda from Fibercom, I'm Justin Barker, signing off. Good afternoon from the Chargers Sports Network at BCUchargers.com. Have a great rest of your weekend.